Warning: the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. All right, we're live. Welcome to Forest Flesh, episode 89. How is everybody doing? We missed you guys last week. I started a new gig. I've been getting adjusted to the gig, and the sleep schedule is required. And I could not do it last week. I had not slept in too long. But we are here this week. What have you guys been up to for 2 weeks? How is life? How has life been?
What do we do? Oh, been okay.
It's been okay. It's been okay. You guys have just missed D&D really bad, right? Like you guys couldn't wait to jump back in.
Yeah.
That's all you guys have been thinking about. So much you want to play D&D. All right. Well, fair enough. Why don't we do this? We're gonna go around the horn like we do always, and introduce everybody. Have everybody tell us about their character, maybe a little bit about what's going on with their character right now. We'll start with you, Ella.
Hi, I'm Fang, and I am a tabaxi. My parents said that we're of a caracal clan. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I think that's just stuff about our colorings. I don't know. Anyways, I'm a Fey Wanderer Ranger.
Right on.
And my best friend is missing, and I'm gonna be his anchor, so he can find me.
Good stuff. Thank you, Fang. Up next, we got Ferdy. Ferdy, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, who you're playing, what you do, what's going on with that character?
Playing Sha'ah. He's a sheep centaur, and he finally made it back to the Feydark and met his wife on Keat, Satyr.
You did. You certainly did. Thank you, Ferdy. Keo, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you're playing, what's going on with him today.
So I play Lumaki, and Lumaki is a fairy. Oh, actually, he's a cloud giant that looks like a fairy, and he doesn't really know how he turned into one, but this is how he is. And right now, he's just joining his group, and honestly, not sure what he's doing, what the plan is. But he's just along for the ride. He's there to protect them. And last session, he took a bunch of damage from a bunch of monsters. But at least the rest of his team is safe.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Keo. And Wolf. Wolf, I guess you can tell us who you played. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about who you're playing today.
Yeah, so I'm Wolf. I used to play the Tree Brothers, the Tree Brothers Will and Spruce. It is very, very, very unlikely, bordering on impossible, that we will actually see them for a little while. So I might be playing the monsters trying to party. If we run into any monsters trying to the party, I'm sure we will.
I don't like it.
So that could mean that combat's maybe more difficult for you guys.
And I'm sure they won't hold it against me if I.
Oh.
That's a fair point. I have given Wolf here. I'll put the blame on me. So here's what we'll do. I have given Wolf specific instructions to go all out in combat against you guys to try to you. All right. So
Oh.
if anything happens, it is on me. It is because it is what I told him to do. All right. So, welcome to Forest Flash, where things are a little bit different this week. This week, it's not. I mean, it's a little bit me trying to kill players, but it's also Wolf trying to kill players now. He's joined my team.
Yes.
He has betrayed you guys and is now working against you.
Not the first time.
All right. Well, why don't we do this? I'm gonna bring you guys back over to the screen where we left it off. We'll talk about where we left off in the story a little bit. I know we caught back up with Tulpa and Ankit, and because Roll20 is awesome glitch, you'll probably have to fix your HP again. Lumaki, just letting you know. Oh no, it updated. All right, it updated when I changed the map over. All right, that was weird. All right. So you guys have gone back into the Feydark. The flesh has eroded away somewhat, at least in the spot you're in. And you took on some driders. And yeah, you're regrouping with Tulpa and Ankit. Tulpa looks the same. He's got relatively the same. He's got some dark bags under his eyes now. He looks a little bit pale, a little bit weary. And I believe I already mentioned that Ankit, they also seem kind of dirty, like they've been surviving in a cave for a couple days while you guys were out doing other things. Hey, Maury and Aquabusy in the chat. Nice to see y'all here. So if 5 Elder Brain Dragons show up later, we know why. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So you regroup with Ankit and Tulpa. What are you all doing?
Well, Lumaki and Fang stayed back because I think Lumaki wanted to rest. Sha'ah went ahead and went and talked to Tulpa and them.
Okay.
Lumaki's just catching his breath. He took a lot of damage in that last fight.
All right. Sha'ah, as you walk up, Ankit throws her arms around you. She's glad that you're okay. Tulpa seems a little relieved, but tired. Kind of probably surprised to see you, but just exhausted.
I'm glad that both of you are safe. Let's go over there and meet with the others. We can rest.
Yeah, they exchange a glance, and yeah, they follow you. I mean, they follow you. Are you going to the others?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just reading a message right now. How long has it been since we were together?
Tulpa says, few days, I think. Ankit kind of steps in. Yes, I think it's been a few days. Hard to keep track of time in a cave. How long has it been for you? And where did you all go?
Where did we go again, Lumaki? Where was that space?
Uh, wasn't it some like ethereal plane?
Yeah, I think
Uh,
that's what Ubrama, the renewed said, right?
yeah, we met
Yeah,
some
for
wizard
sure.
there,
I saved him.
and then yeah, we got attacked a lot. We met a spider. We found some jewel. Um, and then that wizard took us to the Paywilds. Oh, we found the orb.
We fought a dragon to get an orb.
Yeah,
Um,
we found an orb. It looks really. I don't want to pull it out here. I think it might be a bad idea.
You have it with you?
It's in my bag.
Bag.
Tulpa's eyes kind of perk up a little bit. And he says, "Orb? What orb?"
Some flesh orb.
Stand back on Keat. Try to avert your gaze.
Yeah, she'll listen to you and take a step back. Wolf, you can play on Keat if you want. Do you want to?
No, I'm good. I don't want to play anything that's been established.
I know you said you didn't want to play Tulpa, right?
Yeah, because like they already have personalities, and I don't know if I'd be able to do them justice.
That's well. That's a very nice compliment. Thank you. All right. Yeah, she'll listen to you, Sha'ah, and take a step back.
Do you have some paper? I don't want to say it out loud in case anybody's listening.
You're asking Tulpa if he has paper.
Yeah. I don't think Fang does. I'm trying to go through my inventory real quick and I don't see it.
Yeah, he shakes his head no. He turns and looks towards Ankit, who starts going through like a satchel or whatever she's got on her. And she pulls out a like a strip of vellum, which is sort of like paper. It's made from, I think vellum's made from animal hide. But
Yeah.
it's something you can write on. And like a quill or a piece of charcoal or something.
Okay.
And she'll step forward and hand it over to you, and then looks at Sha'ah and takes a step back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fang will draw as best of a picture of the orb as possible. And then write in possibly important to flesh, and we don't want it to know about it.
Okay.
Should I roll something
see
to
how
see
well
how
you
good of a
draw.
job I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be like, maybe. I don't know.
Performance?
Yeah, probably performance. Yeah.
All right.
Performance is a good fit. Okay. 17's pretty good job. Yeah, he takes a look at it. And then he looks back up at you and he nods. Looking at him, he looks paler than the last time you saw him. He's definitely dirtier. And he's got dark bags under his eyes. He looks like he hasn't, like somebody who hasn't slept in days.
And then I'm as he's looking at it, Fang remembers something and scribbles down another line, and it says, "Also spreads corruption, so we don't want to pull it out."
Yeah, he nods. And then he tears the paper. when he does, Ankit kind of like jumps slightly, like, oh, that stuff is valuable, you know.
Actually, you might want to burn it just to be safe.
Fair enough. He holds the crumpled, torn paper in his hand, and then it ignites and burns.
I hope it was magical fire.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming it was just because he didn't like pull out a candle or a torch or whatever.
Yeah. And he says, "Well, at least we have some good news. Perhaps we're not running out of time then."
Also, our tree friends disappeared. Oh, by the way, there's more than one. They don't look alike, but they say they're brothers.
Yes, where is our Will, was it?
Yeah, he disappeared after he gave me this bracelet and said to stay close to him too.
What do you
And
mean?
Indigo's not with us.
What do you mean disappeared?
We don't know. We were in the Feywilds, and then he was rude to Lord Oberon, and Lord Oberon did something to him, and he looked kind of derpy for a bit, and then he and his brother walked away, and I went and found him, and his brother cured him, and then when we were ready to come here, I went to find them again, and I made sure I left marks so that I could find them easily, and they were nowhere to be found. And then nobody was able to find them.
Yeah, and they didn't want us in the Feywild, so they had to take us to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, he kind of nods wearily and he says, "No, if you have what I think you have, I would imagine they wouldn't want you back there. Not with that thing."
Do you know what it is?
He nods. And he says, "It's like a soul, I think, but for gods, primordials, old things."
We were trying to destroy it, but we
No.
couldn't.
We don't know
And then
how.
No,
we asked
don't.
Lord Oberon.
Why?
Okay.
No, we're going to need that. It must be the key I've been looking for. The seat to Lolth's power. I think I can use it to access that. But we'll need to hold on to it for now.
Our character didn't Uberma mention something about if we had a way to throw it into a sun or something
A star.
that
yeah.
would destroy it. A star, yeah.
Yeah.
So you said that it's important that we can use it to beat Lolth. Is that what you're saying?
He nods, and he says, "Perhaps it's time I filled you in on everything.
I mean, it's a little late. You should have filled us in a long time ago, but okay.
He shakes his head. He shakes his head no, and he says, "Better to keep certain things out of public knowledge. Can't let them know the plan. They can always pull it from your mind. But I think if we lose another, the cause is lost regardless." And he squints his eyes for a moment, sort of stops talking, and kind of like sways back and forth. And he brings a hand up to his face and sort of like at the top of his nose between his eyes, he starts rubbing for a moment while he keeps his eyes shut. And he says, "And we're running out of time, I'm afraid.
Speaking of mind things, before we left, that one lady was freaking out, saying that information might be compromised.
What do you mean?
Fang doesn't remember, so they're looking at Lumaki and Sha'ah.
Wasn't it that like the orb was next to the Oberon guy? And then she freaked out. She did not want the orb to be close to him or something. Something like that.
Yeah, that too. But no, and right before we left, when they were like, "Is the fork ready? They need to leave as soon as possible."
Tulpa is focused on what Lumaki says. Like, he doesn't even listen to what you're saying, Fang. He said, and he sort of like interrupts you, and he says, "Wait, did you bring it to Oberon? Did he touch it?"
No,
Okay,
the
good,
green lady
good.
wouldn't let him near
Good.
it.
Good.
She made us she made us put it in my bag, and then wouldn't even let it inside the big tree.
Well, that was likely a wise decision. You don't want that thing coming close to an Archon. Well, as the Feywild call them, Archfey.
Why?
Well, for the Feywild, the Archfays, in a way, hold the realm together. If you corrupt one of them, which is what that object does, it changes the realm itself. It would bring the flesh back, and perhaps it couldn't be stopped this time.
How come it didn't corrupt Will or Lumaki when they touched it?
Its
Aren't-
influence
aren't
is there, but it takes
Archface
time.
stronger?
He shakes. He nods. Yes, Archfays are stronger. Yes, but rooted to the fabric of the plane they inhabit more so than a mortal soul. The influence is there. If you continue to hold it for too long, it will reach out. It will try to corrupt, as it does anything with a soul.
It turned
Anything living.
my money into gold beetles.
He kind of squints for a moment. He looks like he's trying to read you. Like, he kind of looks you up and down, studies your, like, your mannerisms for a second. He says, is that supposed to be some kind of joke?
No, I was getting money out of my bag after we put it in there, and then when I pulled the money out, it was beetles that were trying to bite me and stuff.
He kind of like squints his eyes, and he's looking at you like you would look at like a kid who's like telling you how yesterday they just learned how to fly, and you know, and they had laser beams shooting out of their eyes, and you know, like you're just making up a crazy story. And then he kind of like shakes his head side to side, and he says, well, if that were true, it must be Aurelius's influence.
I don't know who that is.
Well, he says, no, I would imagine you don't. Great golden one. Old Kalistar, I think, from the old days. Betrayer. Quite evil, that one. Powerful, though. powerful enough to...
How did he get in my bag?
What?
Well, if like it was my gold in my bag and he turned my money into beetles.
He sort of has this look on his face like, oh, I understand what you're saying. And then this other look kind of follows up immediately behind it, before his face goes blank, like a still pond. And he says, he wasn't in your bag. It's his influence from his link with the flesh. Its seat of power lies in our city. The entity that controls the seat of power has some degree of control over the flesh itself and its masters. The liars, you call them, I think?
Yeah.
Aurelius held that position once. And held it well, I would imagine. He seemed to direct the flesh more so than it directed him, which is what it does to our Lolth now. I imagine he left a mark of his own on it, fused with his soul. Or what's left of it.
So, is this guy still alive at your city? Is
Correct.
he who we have to beat in order to free your LOL?
Aurelius? No. Left this world a long time ago.
Where is he now?
He shrugs. Don't know. He has his own plans. Always had a grudge against heaven, perhaps doing something there.
Oh, he went to heaven. Or maybe, I guess you don't know. Um, but if this thing is so dangerous, are you sure you can use it to your advantage?
Tulpa says, to be honest with you, I can't remember doing it before, but I have reason to believe that it is my purpose. Does that make sense?
Sure, but if you, how do you know? What is the reason of your belief? You, s-
You wonder, he says, I want to make sure I understand the question. You wonder why I would be able to use this to...
well, you said you have reason to believe that you can use it. What is that reason?
He pauses for a moment, kind of hesitates, and then he says, I am not alive in the sense that you are alive. Yes? He holds out his hand and kind of looks at it, kind of like flips it over and looks at it, the back and the front of his palm and the back of his hand. And he says, I inhabit a body, certainly, and this vessel is weakening quickly. But should it perish, I can inhabit another. I am a construct, much like a watch. It's hard to put this into terms that you would understand, but I was made rather than born, if that makes sense.
Can you inhabit not any other body? Does it matter what kind it is?
He he says it does somewhat, yes, matter what kind. Hey, Aqua Busy's on it in the chat. Yes, yes, there you go, Aqua Busy. He says I once inhabited many, but it has been some time since that was the case. He
And
says there's some bodies I've been able to make with materials from the flesh itself. Others were able to, how should I put this? Make a portion of me in that stead. Here, and he points to his temple. A little piece that I could connect to mentally, magically perhaps, to communicate, to exchange information, ideas. The ones that made
so,
me for this purpose, for their people, were called the Kalishtar. And they disappeared a long time ago.
so you're saying that that body that you're in right now, you made it, or someone made it.
He nods.
Can you, well, in order to enter another body, does it have to be alive or dead?
He says, I suppose I could enter a dead body, but I fail to see the point. There would be no mind there to interact with, and I wouldn't be able to control it.
Oh, so you need another mind to control.
Perhaps in rare
You
situations, control. More like communicate with.
so you can, for example, enter that body right there, and he points to the dead spider on the ground.
He looks over at it and he kind of like makes a face, like kind of a grossed out face, I guess. And he says, I suppose I could. Maybe he could even glean some information from it. Doubtful it would be anything useful.
It's probably more sturdier than the one you're in right now.
Well, it is currently dead, so not useful to me at the moment.
So if we find a live one,
Perhaps.
so what do you need to do that? Do you need me to keep it in place or something?
He pauses for a moment. And he says, having it restrained would help, certainly. I would also need someone to watch this body while I am outside of it. I will need to quite literally exit this one and crawl into another.
How close do the two bodies need to be together?
Wait, what did you say, Lumaki?
How close do the two bodies need to be? This one and the other one. Do they have to be touching?
Well, he says the closer they are, the easier it would be, I suppose. The farther apart they are, the longer it would take for me to traverse from one to the other.
Okay. So, if we go to this city you're talking about, maybe it would be a good idea to get you into a different body that has more information.
He nods and he says, perhaps. I already know the place I am bringing us to the place we need to lead an assault on. There is also the risk that information is gleaned from me as well. And I would prefer not to have them know our plans. It's possible they know that we are coming already. I have failed many times.
So when we do go there, what is your plan? You said that you can use the orb or something. Can you be more specific how you're going to use it?
He takes a deep breath and kind of like focuses for a moment. And he says, I plan to remove Lolth from the seat of power that the flesh has established in her palace. Then I
And
plan to take that seat to hope that I can bear the weight and that I can put a stop to what it is doing. Without a soul, the flesh cannot influence me. There's nothing to corrupt. I think that this is what the Kalishtar made me for, to work as a sort of grounding rod for its baser tendencies. I may not be able to undo what it has done, but I think with a bit of luck, I can put a stop to its expansion, its continued growth and influence.
okay, well, that all makes sense, but um, you didn't exactly say how you're going to use the orb. Like, basically, like, do you need to put it on LOLs? Or, like, I don't understand the logistics of this plan of yours.
He nods, and he says, "Actually, I was considering consuming it,
You're gonna eat it,
something like that." Yes.
and then what? What happens?
Well, then I hope it interfaces correctly with the nervous
What if it
system.
corrupts you instead?
He says, impossible to corrupt me. Again,
He-
construct.
He has no soul, he
Not
said.
not technically alive. He holds up his hand and like turns his wrist up so you can see like the veins on his wrists is like really extremely like pale skin, like translucent nearly. And and he sort of gestures with his other hand at his wrist, and he says, "This body, however," and then when he pushes down on the skin on his wrist, you see little worms writhing around under the surface. And then he pulls his hand away and he says, "This body's time is limited, regardless."
Well, what does that mean? Do we need to get you another body before you eat it, ingest it?
He shakes his head. He says, "I don't have the resources for that right now."
So, I mean, if you're planning to ingest it, why don't you ingest it now? So that way it's maybe more safe with you. I mean, if it's in the bag right now, someone can take it, but if it's in your body, I don't see anyone grabbing it from inside the view.
He says, "Your bag. It's magical. Yes."
Yeah,
He
it's
nods.
bigger on the inside.
Yeah, he nods. He says, "I could ingest it now. Perhaps it would speed up the process lessen the time I have left in this vessel, I think. Uh-oh. Discord. I think Discord crashed. Give me a second. Hello?
Was that your
Hello.
internet?
Discord crashed. No, it was just Discord,
Oh,
I think.
okay. I was explaining to them that might be the internet.
I heard the whole sentence. That's weird.
I think it was just Discord. Did it cut me off when?
Yes.
It cut you off for all of us except Wolfrin, I guess?
It kicked me out. Like I had to restart Discord and rejoin. What was the last thing you guys heard?
It will speed up the process. And that was
right.
it.
Okay, right. He says it would speed up the process of this body's decay, meaning less time. And I would imagine upon ingestion, I would be like a beacon to the flesh here. They would find us almost immediately. And
am I a beacon?
He looks at you for a moment, kind of like stares at you for a moment. Roll 20. Hello? Am I still connected to the internet, guys?
Yeah, we
I
can hear
hear
you.
you.
Hear you?
I rolled 2.
You just made some rolls.
A 1. Yeah, it was just not rolling for a minute. So I roll a 1. So he looks at you for a minute, and then he sort of shrugs, and he says, I don't know. Yeah, the stream didn't go down, I don't think, at all. It was weird. I gotta fix Fang Cam. Hang on.
Oh.
I gotta fix it again. Because I had to reconnect. There we go, you're good.
Alright, well, at his saying that Fang might possibly be, Fang looks very much like they do not want to be carrying this orb anymore.
So what if you just need a new body, right? What if I say I can get you a new body?
What?
He says, do you know any Kalishtar descendants that I can get access to?
Does it have to be a Kalastar?
Those tend to be the best.
What if I make that that body of yours right now into a new body?
Yeah, he goes, oh, I understand. I don't think that would help. It might buy
Fang's
me
looking
some,
between you guys, so
he-
confused.
he says it might buy me some time, but I did what I did for a reason as far as this. And he gestures to his wrist again. As far as this goes, I had to keep Keith safe. I had a few options.
Well, okay, so Lumaki takes out his gem of true polymorph. And he goes, so this won't help you out then?
I mean, it literally changes them into something else. I'm not. Let me see if he.
Wait, does that work on Construct?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it changes. Constructs are technically creatures, mechanically, as far as they're not alive.
It's
So
it's also true polymorph, so it can turn objects into creatures.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it would turn him into something else. Let me roll something. Gosh, please don't roll a 1 on this one, Tulpa. Okay. What's his bonus? Okay. He says No, depending on how that's used, it actually might cause more problems. I can't afford to become a creature right now. That would open me up to its influence, and it's not worth the risk.
So becoming a creature gives you a soul.
He nods. Could. For example, if you were to take me out of this body and use this scroll on me, turn me into a man, I would have a soul by all divine right, which would mean its influence could corrupt me. Then our plan would no longer work. Certainly it would not work at that point. I don't have... He says, I only have a certain degree of hope and certainty that it will work as is, without making things more difficult. I will still need to bear the weight of a incredibly large mind without collapsing. Even without a soul, that's hard enough.
Lumaki at this point is really confused. So
yeah,
wait,
Fang's also very
so
confused.
where does a soul come from? Does it just pop out of nowhere? Like, if you turned into a creature, it just pops up? You just have one now? I don't understand. What is a soul exactly?
Well, a soul comes from the fountain, and it's light. It is given.
Okay.
It is given to every creature on their birth. For their first moments of creation.
So if I turn that spider web or that rock into a creature, it just gets a soul.
He says, if you were to do it with that, yes, the rock becomes a actual creature. So, yes.
Is
That
the soul like a personality
mm,
or
personalities
something different?
personalities can be learned over time. Soul is it's hard to explain exactly. It is what you are before you develop your personality. It is your divine reflection on a higher plane of existence, one without the influences of the physical plane and the world and its corruptions.
And they can just be created very simply by the fountain.
He nods. The upper parts of them, at least. It does require a body soul, too. It's two parts.
So how come you don't have a soul?
He says, because I was made by hands of people, much like the weapon you carry.
If I make something, can you go into it?
What do you mean?
Like I made this totem, and Fang pulls out a druidic totem. I could make you something. Maybe I can make a doll out of
A
those.
doll? I suppose I could enter a doll, but it wouldn't do me any good. It's not like the doll would walk around.
Well, we could carry you. That's okay.
And I'd rather not be carried around in a bottle, personally.
Okay, what if I made a doll out of that spider thing's legs?
Again, doesn't do me much good. Dead creatures. I mean, I can crawl into the meat, but what good does that do me? It's gross. And
Well, you said your body doesn't have a lot of time left, so
that's why
I
we need
just
to
want
do this
ideas for an emergency.
now. He says, I don't think you understand. I don't need the body in order for me to survive. I don't feed on it. Well, I don't feed on its parts. Sometimes electrical impulses, thoughts can provide some sustenance. Being close to the light of a soul can do that.
I don't
Okay.
get it, but okay.
Sha'ah, do you get any of this? It's sort of hard to wrap my mind around this stuff.
I don't get anything that you guys were saying, but we need to leave this area.
Yes,
Has
again,
it?
Yeah,
not much time left. Better to keep
Has it?
moving.
Have we gotten a short rest over all this or no?
You haven't been talking for an hour, so
well, we did start a short rest before they showed up, so I don't know how long
Well,
of one we got before they appeared.
I kind of want to rest here for a bit. Just give me some time to rest up, and then we can go quickly.
Yeah, that works.
yeah, Tulpa nods.
Um, Hope that's okay. Um, Onkit, what do you think about this whole situation? Aren't you like some general or something?
On Keith. Uh She says, General, what do you mean?
I thought you were some very important person at the Paywild.
Yeah, you were leading us.
You were some sort of leader for sure.
Um she says she says I became what I had to become to keep as many people alive as I could. But I'm no war commander. I know a bit about rituals and some magics. I'm a researcher.
Well, researcher or not, you're part of our party. I mean, this involves you as well. Do you have any thoughts on the matter and what we need to do? Because it seems like right now we're just going to the city without a plan.
Tulpa says, I thought I just gave you the plan.
Oh, so we're just going to walk in, right? And then just confront Lolt
I have, he
after
says,
you eat it.
I have a place with some supplies and a friend or two, but the city is in ruins. We will need to stay hidden until we push our assault on the palace.
He looks to Fang. He's like, oh, so you have friends now that can help us. This would have been nice to tell us earlier.
He says, he, he says, help is a strong word. One of them is like me, a construct made to serve as a merchant of sorts. Can't leave its cage.
Okay. Well, you should probably, while we're resting, tell us the details of your plan because it seems like you know the place we need to go to. We would need to know that before we go there. Um, what exactly you want us to do, you know, details. You don't expect us to just go there not knowing the details of your plan, right?
He he nods. And he says, "I suppose it depends on what works most efficiently for you all. I would like to sneak in, stay hidden, not garner too much attention. Meet Lolth in her palace, slaughter her, and then attempt to take the seat. If our plan fails, if I can't withstand the flesh's influence, its mind, then I shall hurl myself into its jaws, that I might buy you some time to escape."
And how do we escape? Because it sounds like we're going into the middle of a city that is probably full of bad guys, and it sounds like it would be hard to escape without. I mean, whatever you do to take Anki to safe places.
Yeah, he nods. And he says, "You're if hmm, if I'm not there to help, then your best bet would be to jump into one of the holes the flesh will likely open and pray for an exit on a habitable plane."
You did say you had a friend there, right? Are
That's
we going to meet? We're going to sneak in to meet them and then see if they can assist us and get into load.
he uh he nods. He says, "Yes, it's a hideout of sorts in the city.
Do you have a lot of allies or just the one friend?
Not many allies left. Not on this world, at least.
So just the one friend then.
There are two. One is a merchant. Can't leave its cage. The other is like me, like this body, at least, but living.
Also dying like you?
No, they haven't been influenced by the flesh yet. They've been lucky.
Okay. Um, since you know the city, do you know the best place to sneak in? Do you know the most efficient path? I mean, it sounds like the rest of us are willing to sneak in as well. We just need to know where to go.
I'm good at sneaking.
There are old sewers that might lead to the palace if we can find the path, and they're mostly unused by Gloon.
And does the sewers is there a pathway to get to that hideout?
At least one nearby. Sewers run through the whole city. Haven't been used for a long time. I think water still flows through them, though.
Hmm.
They were
If
built well.
if we give you more paper, do you think you can draw a map for us?
Perhaps.
Um, I think Fang, Sha'ah, do you have anything to write to it? I can make the paper, but I need. I don't have a pen or anything. Sha'ah, Fang.
I bought some ink.
I don't have
Um,
anything.
Lumaki is going to use the order of return to summon paper. A large piece of paper, like a poster board.
Rotor. Okay. Rotor of return. All right. So, what do you want him to draw you a map of here?
Of the city, and basically outline his plan to us, because it doesn't seem like any of us are very strategic.
Okay. I don't have something ready for you for this. Clear, obviously, but he could draw you like a sketch of the city. It would probably look a bit more crude than what I'm about to show you, but bear with. So let me do this. Let me pull this guy out of the way so I can grab all of you. Do. There we go. So he takes paper and the charcoal, and he makes a sketch of an approximation of the city, and sort of like what it looks like. Let me see if I can find a different image actually really quick. Cause I got a couple. Let me see. Let me check this one. I like the other one. I'll tell you what. I'll have them both just in case. All right. So he draws you a sort of charcoal sketching of what looks like a very dark, but very big city underground. Very large skyscrapers.
Give us landmarks.
Certainly, you can have some landmarks here.
Like, does he tell us like where the entrance to the sewer is,
Yeah.
and where the hideout is? Like a way, like
Yeah.
like a crude plan.
So the hideout's in an alley, like here. The sewers are underground, right? So he explains to you that much of the city is without working power. You guys probably wouldn't know what that means. So he would describe it as like lightning that flows through the city. Many of its machines still function, but many are destroyed, and a lot of the ones that still work are not in current use because they've been long since abandoned or what have you. So he's got this old, like, basically like old store that he's sort of holed up in. He's got some supplies in there. He's got like an entrance that's blocked off with debris, because much of the city is in ruins. And the couple people that are there with him, there's the one that's like a robot merchant, basically. It's just programmed to sell and exchange things. The other is was a drow, much like him, without being possessed by an AI. So it's an actual living Drow that's not fallen to the corruption yet. And there may even be a few other people like that, a few other holdouts in the city. But it's he hasn't found everybody. Most everyone else has succumbed to the corruption of the flesh at some point, including the city's leader, Lulth, who is now sitting on a seat of power in the palace, which would be somewhere. The seat of power itself is probably up in the top of a spire. We'll say here. I'll make it red, so it's a different color.
Is he going to tell us like a pathway? I'm just asking.
Yeah,
so we're not like
there's
wandering while we're in the city.
There's a sewer entrance nearby his hideout. We'll say like somewhere around here. And the path under the sewers would lead through the streets of the city underground to somewhere outside the palace here. You would then probably need to either sneak or fight your way up the palace to the top where Lulth's seat is. And then kill Lulth. Then he'll have to interface with machines. At some point, consume the flesh's orb the same way that O'Dane consumed the orb for Melora for a little while, where he'll like put it in his chest or whatever, and then basically let the flesh plug into him, essentially interface with him, where his body will likely be killed, and hopefully his AI is able to withstand, merging with it. If the plan works, flesh won't be crazy evil corruption stuff anymore. It'll stop all the spreading that it's doing. If it doesn't work, well, then you guys are basically dead. Like, if it works, he can get you guys back where you want to go pretty easily. If it doesn't work, like, there's really no way for you to get home. Unless you're just, like, really lucky. Because whatever happens, as soon as you guys start assaulting the palace, all of their forces are going to come down on you. So they're going to be, like, surrounding the outside of it. They're going to have flesh portals opening up all around it. Because, like, a lot of this city is overgrown with flesh, too. Like, actual, like, flesh. There's even, like, flying things in the air that are probably nautiloids left over from the masters. Like these dudes. Some of these boys. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be a good time in this city, for sure.
But he has a specific route that he can lead them?
Yeah,
he knows the way?
He knows the sewers. He knows how to get there. Now, you guys aren't going to have to, like, literally walk through the sewers and take a left at the right spot and take a right at the right spot. What I'll probably end up doing is, if there is an encounter in the sewers, I'll roll for one of the sewer maps that I have. And, I'll throw you guys an encounter, and it'll just be like, you run into this encounter on the way to the palace, right? Kind of thing. He'll also explain to you that Lulth has, because their whole civilization has been ground to dust under the heel of this flesh corruption. Everyone is turned. The city is basically in ruins because a flesh cult has taken over, and they've all been corrupted. All their leaders, everybody. And they don't care about taking care of a city, right? They care about using the flesh to open up wormholes to other worlds and, like, corrupting the survivors there and using them as slaves and feeding on them and stuff like that. They don't care about, like, maintaining a power grid here or any of that stuff.
Lumaki probably ask, if we do notify, like, one person, do you know if there's a way that they can communicate? How do they alert everyone?
He says, well, they're like a hive mind. They alert everyone psychically.
And are there windows in this main tower?
Yeah, he nods. Of course, it's a palace. Palaces have to have a view of everything.
Do you think maybe it would be easier if we try to sneak from the outside of the palace instead of going up it from the inside?
He says, do you mean, would it be a better plan to try to fly? Fly in through the windows?
Fly or climb or something like that, yes.
Yeah, he says, perhaps. There are some flying defenses in the city, too. Large creatures, tentacles. And they're piloted.
Do they have a specific? Well, I guess when we get there, we can scout. But do they have a specific route? Maybe we can look for to try to sneak by them.
While the palace being the seat of power, they tend to stay around it, working as a guard. Not out of the question, though. If we can manage to take them out somehow, we just want to avoid destroying the palace. I feel like the seat of power may be moved somehow if we do that. Or destroy it.
Do you guys think? Any other ideas?
I wish Indigo was here. He'd
Yeah,
have good ideas.
it would be more helpful if there was more of us, but it's just us five.
Yeah, the Tulpa says, to be honest, I was hoping Will would be able to join also. There could have been another way in if we'd had him here. There is a old corrupted tree outside of the city. It still grows. I was thinking we could use it to traverse our way in through its root network. The palace is connected.
That's possible.
He nods, and he says, but it seems it's not an option any longer.
Sha'ah, what do you think?
I don't mind the sewer idea.
Well, the sewer is yes, more simple. It's more once we get out of the sewer, what do we do?
We meet the two friends, remember? Jim? And the other friend? What are their names?
Let's see. Let's see what their names are. Hang on.
Hey, what does your merchant friend sell?
Yeah, he says he has a few goods, weapons, things like that. Armors, things I've accumulated for past attempts that failed. I've taken to. He doesn't have a name, but I've taken to calling him Gestalt. And
Gestalt.
Gestalt. Gestalt. That. And he says the other one. Let's see what this one's name is. Nope, that's not that. Let's try another one. Come on. The other one's name is Ucko. UCKO.
Uh-oh, it's Echo.
Okay. Anyone else have any more questions? Any more plans? I mean, now's the time to bring it up. Also, if you have anything else to tell us, Tulpa, now will be the time. Don't leave out any information. Don't surprise us. I can't believe you weren't going to tell us about your friends until later.
He says they'll likely have patrols roaming the streets, which is why I would like to stay hidden. They have been hunting for me, and they continue to do so. Again, I've attempted this many times, but I always fail, and they seem to keep me around as a source of entertainment.
Well, looking back at your past attempts, do you think there's any mistakes that we can avoid? Anything you've learned from them?
Try not to die.
Oh wow, you're so very helpful.
He says, well, the additional numbers would have helped, certainly if we still had your friend. But I don't know what more to tell you. Would you like to know what kind of warriors they have?
Yes,
Yeah.
any information? Like, how did you get caught the last time? Did they travel in packs? Or, things like that. Very simple information that could be helpful to us.
He says, Lolth's worshippers expect treachery. I'm literally just reading a description from the DM manual. Their queen encourages it. Certain amount of backstabbing and double crossing can be managed, but too much can undermine the entire community. They do travel in teams for the most part. We've encountered some of them already with the Arachnomancer and her priestesses. I know they have an old favored consort that runs the streets. They, let's see here. They're strong, athletic, and acrobatic. They have some magical tendencies, along with their flesh corruption. They can shield their allies.
Do they have traps anywhere?
He says there are some traps in the palace, certainly, and probably a few throughout the city. We've seen them with past groups use the screams of trapped victims to lure in heroes to gain a surprise advantage on them.
Well, you said that you've been caught many times, right? So I'm sure that you've come across the traps already. Could you maybe put them on the map so that we can avoid them?
They move them around. You got to
Have you
imagine
been
this has
caught?
happened over quite a lot of time.
Okay, well then what kind of traps?
Streets tend to be barricaded to prevent easy traversing between buildings. This is why I elected to use the sewers.
Have you been caught in the sewers before?
No, I've never attempted the sewers before.
You don't actually know what's in there.
No. I don't per se. But, like I said, they don't seem to use them.
But how would you know if you don't go in them?
He says, I have crawled through many abandoned buildings, some previously left by some of their followers after use. And sewer access is never tampered with in those buildings. Let me see here. Something else you should also know about some of these cultists. They can, a few of them, seem to be able to discern lies. So, one group had tried to disguise themselves as Drow and simply walk in to the palace. This did not work because of this. Upon interacting with some of the cultists, they could easily tell they were lying. That they were not who they said they were. And even in some cases, see through disguises. A few have died this way as well. And they have some ability to nullify magics.
So, any other chapters to area up that you got caught in before?
He
You
says,
said they moved them around. Maybe what's the farthest you've ever gone?
He says that we led an assault on the palace once. We didn't make it very far in.
So you never got really far at all then? Or you got to the palace, but that's it?
Yeah, he nods.
What stopped you?
Death?
Oh, so they were waiting for you already in the palace?
He nods.
Was it like a special cultist or a monster, or do you remember what?
He says, let me see here. Boom. Yeah, okay. He says, it was the matron mother herself. She fought us wearing, a full-bodied, armored mechanical suit, blue, shaped like, or designed like a scarab, a relic from the lost Drow civilization. He says, she wielded a rod with a tentacle on the end of it. Striking my companions and myself, it would weaken us, slow us down.
New weaknesses.
She also wielded powerful magics. And some of them are able to summon demons, monsters to fight alongside them.
How much magics do you have?
My magics are limited, but I've acquired a few new ones since the last time we met.
What kind of magics can you do? Because I'm realizing I mean I know magics, but I don't know a lot. And Indigo knew a lot. And if we're fighting people who have a lot of magics, I think we have a really bad disadvantage. Because Indigo's magics are really strong.
Yeah, it's almost like the DM planned this whole campaign for Indigo to be here. He says most of my spells revolve around psionic abilities.
I don't know what that means.
He pauses for a moment. And he casts Rary's telepathic bond. He makes a telepathic link with all of you, including on Keep, for 1 hour, and he speaks directly into your mind. Something like this.
Is he ritual casting it or just regular casting it?
He just regularly casts it. Casting time 1 action.
Oof.
That's a ritual too,
Spell
right?
slots.
It is a ritual, yes, but I think he's not going to take the 10 minutes or whatever.
He's gonna waste his spell slots?
You wasted his spell slots. You're the one who needed you're the one who required a demonstration of his magical abilities. This is on you.
What? I didn't ask for a demonstration. I asked for detail.
Well, better. You didn't understand when he told you what kind of magics he had. You didn't understand it, so he said, "I'll show you." Fine, then I'll show you.
Fang doesn't know what psionic means.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's part of the trade-off for being Fang, I guess, for not knowing this stuff. A Rary's telepathic bond is worth 1,000 words. Thank you, Wolf. Thank you. Yeah, he has a few other stuff he can do, but that's one of the things. He says, gifts I gained in exchange for letting this body decay.
How far are we from the city?
Probably a day's travel.
Oh, so then we should probably travel for a bit first, and then we'll definitely rest before we sneak in.
Yes, I've been saying we don't have much time left. I think I have a few days, tops. So we need to hurry.
Okay. Has it been at least an hour now?
Sure. It's been at least an hour. You guys are still here.
When those hit die.
So 23. Oh, 24.
By the way, when he spoke into Fang's mind too, Fang visibly jumped because they weren't expecting that.
I was gonna have him do detect thoughts on you, but I was like, nah, that'd be too invasive.
Isn't that a lower level spell?
Yep.
Fang would have been okay with that.
I mean, Fang doesn't know that it's a high level spell, right?
No. I just
Okay,
feel like it's a bad idea to use a high level spell.
Yeah, it probably is.
When you're
You want to know what
going
else
into
he could have used
combat.
instead? He could have used, let's see here. What's something? Telekinesis. I think that's the same level. I don't know. Something like he gets it at the same level. Yeah, it's the same level. Yeah. Telekinesis is probably more useful, to be honest, but whatever. He is.
Did you say that they're a day away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm ready to go. So
About a day's travel, he said.
I guess let's try to get as close to the city as we can before. Or no, let's see how far we can get, and then we can rest up, and then we can do our thing. You know?
Do
Okay.
we need to be super careful for like now to get
Yes.
there
Yeah.
from
yeah.
now on? Cause I can do a spell, but I can only make it go for like an hour, and then I have to cast it again, and I think I can only do it two. Well, I could probably do it 5 more times, but then I can't do other spells.
So Tulpa says, well, which would be more beneficial to us, to use all of our spells and arrive undetected, or to not use our spells and get detected and attacked?
What I'm saying is I can only do it up to like 5 hours, probably.
Okay.
So you want us to go for 5 hours and then we can stop and rest?
I think that sounds fine.
Yeah, like rest the long way. Well, is 5 hours enough?
If it's a day's
Because
travel,
you said it takes a whole day.
yeah. So if you're only traveling for 5 hours, that means when you wake up, you're gonna have to travel for a while more, right? It's not a day's travel. Day's travel is probably like what, 12 hours at least of traveling, I would think, because like you're sleeping for part of the day, presumably, and making
8 for
camp.
8 hours.
I think it's supposed to be like 8 hours of normal travel, and then like you could do a forced march to keep going, isn't it?
That sounds
Right.
right. Yeah. All right then. So a full day's travel would be 8 hours. If you're only gonna travel 5, you have to travel 3 hours when you wake up.
Why don't we travel for a little bit first before you use that spell? We can try to be sneaky without using a spell burst.
That's a fair point, Wolf. When you guys were asking about the enemies a few minutes ago, Tulpa probably would mention to you that they do have a weakness to sunlight. Although I'm not sure how you could capitalize on that. But he might mention that to you.
Darn, Orilyn didn't give us her drift globe that can do daylight spell.
Dylan wasn't very helpful at all.
She wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, you just put her whole world in danger.
She met her goals, and now she's just sticking to basic protection. So her
Yeah.
goals don't backslide.
I don't know if we'll see Orilyn again. I don't know. I think, and we'll get to that. We'll talk about that later, like what the next arc is going to be focusing on. Okay, so is the plan to travel for 5 hours and then rest, take a long rest, and then get up and travel for 3 hours, then hopefully arrive at the city? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Well, I think we can travel without Pass Without Trace for a little bit,
Well,
and then when we're close to the city, use it.
is that what you guys want to do?
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
So, okay, so now the plan is to not take a rest in 5 hours. Let's try to travel the whole way there and to just travel.
No, I'm saying because because you said it's an 8-hour travel for the whole day, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's gonna take you 8 hours to get there. Yeah.
So if we do the first 3 without the spell, and then the last 5 with the spell, as opposed to doing the first 5 with the spell and doing the last 3 without it.
Okay. If you do that, you don't have to take the long rest in the middle, right?
Yeah, we don't have to.
Or do you want to stop a little bit earlier? Like,
I mean, up to you. Like, I'm asking you what you're gonna do. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
no, I'm asking the team.
Okay. All right. You guys let me know when you decide.
Ella, Freddie.
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I was being talked to.
Well, do you want to just do the 5 hours and then do the last 3 the next day? Is that what you want to do?
Whichever.
Or do you wanna-
I guess because we'll probably want to use pass without trace in the city too. So whichever
Yeah.
gets us
Well,
like
we should try the long rest, though, right?
yeah before
Yeah,
we get into
before
the
we
city.
get to this thing.
But we shouldn't rest at the city. We should rest a little bit
That's what
before.
we're saying. We're not gonna head into the city in 8 hours.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. We can take a rest whenever we fight. After we fight, that's fine.
So here's my question. Do you guys think it'd be safer to long rest in the city or outside the city or close to the city or far from the city? Or
Like,
you guys want to try to hold up in Tulpa's little hideout shop and long rest there? Yeah, that's an option too. If you're just gotta get a long rest in. I mean, who needs a long rest? You all got full HP, right?
Spell
Who
to get
needs-
there.
Who needs spells? How are you guys doing on spell slots right now?
Ella's the only one with spell slots.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I only used one of my second level spells, so I still have 4 first, 2 second, and 3 third.
But we would want you at full capacity when we infiltrate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except if I'm using pass without trace, that basically will end up eating up all of my second and possibly all of my third level spells.
Yeah, I mean, and
anyway,
also so.
so.
If you take a long rest, I'm probably more likely to throw an encounter at you too. So there's that.
Do you think is it better for us to try to rest in the city or outside the city?
You're asking Tulpa?
Yeah.
Tulpa would tell you that if you're gonna do it outside the city, it would be safer to do it farther from it. If you're gonna do it inside the city, do it at a shop. It's the only place that
Can
you
you
can really safely do it.
guarantee that your safe place is safe to rest in?
safe as it can be. There's still the chance that they sniff it out, that they find us. They're always looking for me and anyone with me.
But there's also a chance they could find us outside of the city.
He gestures to the corpse of a drider on the ground.
Yeah, so what I
Yeah.
guess I'm asking is, do you think they're more likely to find us in the city in your hideout? Or more likely to find us if we're outside the city without a hideout?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Probably about the same. You always have other things you can run into outside the city too, like ropers or whatever. But I mean, they'd probably be more likely to find you if you make it to the hideout. You'd probably be relatively safe. But if you're just like in the city, walking through the streets, they'll definitely with patrols they'll find you.
So if we can make it to your hideout before we stop to sleep, then we have more magic at our disposal to get to the goal.
Probably, yes. As opposed to just like taking your long rest before you get into the city and then spending spells before you even get to the city to stealth there, and then yeah, now you don't have spells and you're launching your attack on the tower. Yeah, Tulpa's gonna be there with you guys, yeah.
Maybe it's better if we go try to get to the hideout.
Yeah, I think so
But
too.
yeah, that's up to you, Fang, because you're the one doing it, the spells, you know. So we'll follow your lead.
We'll just be careful as possible, and then when you feel like we're close enough to the city, I could start casting my spell that'll make us extra stealthy.
All right. So I guess we're just going to walk. We're gonna travel there for a little bit, right? And then maybe, what do you think? Like 5 hours or 3 hours in, and then we just stealth the rest of the way.
How long does it take to get to your friend's hideout once you enter the city?
Maybe an hour at most.
So, when you think we're about 4 hours close to the city, I could start casting the spell so we have an hour in the city.
Yeah, are you guys gonna stealth even without pass without trace? Are you gonna stealth for this first couple hours?
I think
We
that's up
don't.
to everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Okay, that slows you down, if I recall.
Oh no, we just walk. We just do normally. I'm fine with either.
Yeah, I'm fine with either.
Or we can stealth for the first part, and then when we have pass without trace, you can go a little faster, right?
Yeah, when you have pass without trace, I think it allows you to stealth at normal pace. Village has companions for the duration each creature they're used to stealth checks and can be tracked by
Have a fast pace, right?
creature that receives a bonus from no checks. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Well, we at least can't be tracked by anything except magical means when it's active, so
Yeah.
at least there's that if they come across our tracks before we started using Pass Without Trace.
I suppose there's a chance that you might come upon creatures where they don't notice you if you're stealthed, so you might be able to avoid the combat anyways. Like you might see them, but they don't see you.
There is that.
Say we stealth for the first 3 hours, and then when we do the pass without trace, we can go a little bit faster.
Okay. All right. Why don't we do this? So we're right at about at time for break. Why don't we take a break for like 5 or 10 minutes? Go to the bathroom, get yourself something to drink, get your plan together, and then we'll jump back in. You guys are gonna be hitting the first 3 hours, walking, and then you're gonna pass without trace from then on out. That's fine. You can do that. And does that sound good to everybody? Want to take a break now?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
All right. Go get yourself something to drink. We'll see you guys in about 5 or 10 minutes after a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll see what trouble these guys get into. I'm sure it'll be fine. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in a couple minutes. All right. I am back. Let's see how these guys are doing. You guys here?
Yep.
You guys ready to jump back in?
Yeah.
I guess so.
All right, definitely wasn't building sheets during that break. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. So, you guys were gonna walk for 3 hours, is that right?
I think we decided we're gonna walk normally for 5 hours, and then start using Pass Without Trace for the remaining 3 hours to the city, so that way we have a buffer casting in case something happens.
Okay. All right. So you guys walk for 5 hours. Is there anything you'd like to do while you're walking? Any conversations you'd like to have with anybody? Any more questions you got for Tulpa? Anything like that?
Fang is not gonna speak at all because they are keeping like very close attention on their surroundings. Listening, looking, just making sure like if they see anybody that might cause them problems, and it's possible to skirt around them so they don't see us. That's Fang's goal.
So are you stealthing?
No, Fang's just being very, very active. Like if Fang sees anybody, then Fang will like motion for everybody to stop, and then like we'll probably stealth. But like until we feel like we're a good enough distance away from them. But otherwise, we're doing normal travel.
All right.
While Fang's just keeping a lookout.
What's your passive, Fang?
26.
Okay, that's pretty good perception. I was gonna say you probably need. You probably need pretty good perception in order to be able to spot somebody before they spot you, and you're not stealthing.
They're concentrating.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine not a lot of creatures that are still alive here, like, probably feel the need to stealth.
Do you have dark vision? No.
I have with my orb thing that I have, my orb of the veil, 120 feet of dark vision.
Awesome. I was gonna say, yeah, no, a lot of creatures probably don't feel the need to stealth down here, but you still have things like that are designed to be stealthy, right? Like ropers are designed to look like rock.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Okay. All right, so you're keeping an eye out, diligently. What are you doing, Lumaki, while you guys are walking?
He's also going to be keeping an eye out diligently because he knows that there are things patrolling.
Okay. All right. What about you, Sha'ah?
Shaw's gonna hand 3 Tangler grenades to Ankit and tell her what it does.
What do they do?
I
Make a-
bought these. What was it? Let me see. Something with restraint. I remember.
Yeah.
Or there's something like if you toss them, it does something similar to that spell that is escaping my brain right now.
Like web. I think it's web.
Well, there's one that's actually plant, but I can't remember. I should remember, but I don't.
Let me look them up. Tangle Grenade is an alchemical, non-magical item with an ovoid resin shell that shatters
Oh,
on
it is white.
impact. As an action, a creature can throw a Tangler Grenade at a point up to 60 feet away. Each creature within 10 feet of a shattered Tangler Grenade must succeed on a DC 15 Dex save or be restrained by sticky white webs. As an action, a creature can try to free itself or another creature within its reach from their webs, doing so with a successful DC 20 athletics check or strength check. A gallon of alcohol dissolves the webs produced by a single Tangler Grenade. Otherwise, the webs dissolve on their own after an hour, freeing any creatures restrained by them.
I take it this is like as a throw this and escape kind of thing
Yeah.
that he's planning? Okay.
Yeah. And plus, like, Ankit's mounting Shaw.
Right on. All right. Cool. So, on Keats riding the centaur, and Fang and Lumaki are keeping an eye out. Okay. Fang, Lumaki, what's your passive? Kyo?
17.
17. Okay.
I think Shaw's is 25, right?
Yep. 25. But right now, my dark vision is just 10. Oh, no.
Oh,
I don't have dark vision. But I have
you just have the blind sight.
blind sight. Correct.
Okay, blind sight. Can you link blind sight for me? Oh yeah, I know what it is. I know it's like echo
It was
vision.
just the 10 feet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for the record, Sha'ah, anytime you get within 10 feet of Tulpa, you can not only sense the true form, but
Right.
you can sense like thousands of worms writhing around in his body.
Oh, sure.
think-
Not bad.
When Tulpa first showed us his true form, I think at least Fang and one other person succeeded
Correct. Yeah.
on a thing to like always be able to see through the illusion.
Okay, right on.
So Fang's seen what they truly look like since they first revealed themselves to us.
Right on. Maybe I should just swap out the token then.
Oh, I don't remember. I think somebody, or at least one person still failed after he put the disguise back on. So I don't remember who it was though.
All right, fair enough.
I think that's why you were keeping it that way instead of the other token.
Okay. All right, Fang. At some point, while you guys are walking, maybe it's been like 30 minutes, an hour. You turn around and you see Tulpa. He's got the hood up, and I guess you're seeing the real form, so he doesn't have the hood up. But the floating, what would pass for like a skull or a face in its body, the eyes in it have gone black, like two dark voids. And even with your dark vision, you can't see through the blackness covering his eyes. It stays like that for a moment or two, and then it disappears.
Is this within the first hour of us setting out, or like how long have we been traveling?
We'll say an hour, sure.
Okay, if it's within the first hour, then we still have the Rary's telepathic bond, correct?
Yeah.
Then Fang would ask through the telepathic link, are you okay?
You get back, holding up okay. Just scanning for invisible creatures.
Oh, is that what that was? Okay. And then Fang goes back to keeping watch.
Yeah.
All hear that, or is it like one-on-one conversation?
Fang
How
doesn't.
does-
I don't know if Fang knows how to control it, so it'd probably just be everybody hearing it.
What were you saying, Wolf?
I was just saying, I think it's like a group text. I think.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
Oh,
Here,
those annoying things.
I'll link it. This is the spell. You forge a link among up to 8 willing creatures within range, psychically linking each creature to all the others for the duration. So everyone is linked together. Nobody has intelligence score 2 or less, right?
We wouldn't be able to talk if we did.
Yeah. You guys can all communicate with each other. And it's possible over any distance, except for different planes of existence. Okay. Well, Tulpa is keeping an eye out too. Okay. All right. Good job, Tulpa. Oh, his passive is pretty high too. I didn't think it was that high. Okay. All right. So you guys walk on for an hour. It's been an hour, and you go for another 2 hours. So we're at the 3-hour mark. Let's see here. Let me see this. Do. All right. You guys have no problem spotting a group of Drow up ahead. Couple female Drow, white hair. There's multiples. There's probably like 3 or 4 of them. They're together in a group. They're covered with blood. They've got it. They're wearing like scale mail. Quite nice looking scale mail actually. But it's just like wet with blood. Like there's just blood all over them, even in their hair and stuff.
I'm assuming they look corrupted, or can we tell?
I would
from
say
the armor.
Make a perception check.
Where'd it go? There it is. Oh no!
It's a critical one. Definitely not corrupted. They probably just fought off some corrupted Drow. That's probably what all the blood is.
Sure.
But I mean, you're probably gonna meta that. Like, I'm not just gonna walk up and talk to these people, of course. But yeah. Okay. Nice natural one, Fang. That's a great way to get things started here.
Yeah. We don't have the telepathic bond anymore, but Fang will motion towards the drow at least.
Okay.
See them?
Yeah, Fang points it out. They haven't spotted you guys yet, I don't think. They're not really like actively looking around. They're sort of off to the side. You're walking through this pretty large cavern. Maybe you're walking alongside like a river of blood. Like think where the platform was floating through. Maybe you guys are like back on the platform at this point, and you're sort of just like moving along through a river of blood, and there's like rock on all over on either side of the river. And they're like up ahead. Your platform is silent, and they're like way off up ahead. Tulpa like slows the platform a bit, and you know they're way up ahead, and they're like talking to each other. They're not looking around them. Yeah, you point them out as Tulpa like slows the platform to kind of wait, see what you guys want to do.
So they're far enough away that they wouldn't hear if we whispered, or do we hear like kind of what they're saying?
Who understands Undercommon?
Me.
I do.
I think all of us do.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so you hear them. They're talking about looking for someone. That someone's missing. And that they think someone might have abandoned their post. The person they're talking about, his name is Igragon. Here, I will link. I will copy it for you. It's spelled like this. Yeah, one of them is like the mother says that we should be reaching the last area she was known to be within a few hours. She's gone missing. Her connection's been cut off, and we need to figure out what has happened. It could be foul play. You know, there could be some kind of insubordination afoot, or they could have fled, found a way to break free of their orders, and gone somewhere else. And if that is the case, then we need to figure out how. And then
So when Fang hears them say the mother, Fang will motion that we should keep going as quietly as possible. Like they'll motion keep going and then like hold their a finger up to their lips, like be quiet, because we've heard them talk, or we've heard talk about the mother in relation to Lolth already, right?
yes.
Yeah. So Fang will definitely motion like be quiet, let's go.
I follow Fang.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Make stealth checks.
Quietly.
I'm trying to decide if I want to use my inspiration or save it.
Tulpa rolled a 13.
Alright, risk it. Oh, okay, good.
And we just went from Sha'ah and Lumaki, or I'm not Lumaki, Ankit.
And Ankit.
It's Anshin.
Did it roll?
Oh yeah, Ankit is on Sha'ah. That's a fair point. No, I don't see her as Sha'ah.
Quite a bit. Wait, it should be normal. Nothing?
No.
It might be lagging because it was lagging earlier, right?
There it is.
There it
Alright.
is. Oh, yeah, do we still? Did you give us a
No
rolling bond
D4.
again?
Okay,
Okay.
so it's
No, do
17.
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the average, which is 20.25. So you rolled a 20 all together. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have them make a perception check and see if they detect you guys. If they can beat.
It'll be Tulpa's fault if they do.
Yep. Let's see here. Their perception's not the best. They have to roll like a natural 14.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. All right, Wolf, I got to give you control over a new thing.
Yeah, I don't have those sheets.
Gosh dang it. I didn't think we were going to have this combat. All right. All right. Here you go. Wolf. There it goes. It should load. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna recycle this map, I guess. I didn't think we were gonna have this combat. I thought you guys would get by. It was just gonna be like a stealth around them thing. And no, you guys had to. Tulpa had to screw up. Okay, so
all
what,
Tulpa's fault.
so I want you guys to do. We'll just use this same map, but we'll flip it so you guys will be coming from top to bottom. And I want you guys to arrange yourselves however you like down here towards the bottom, and then I'll place.
Which way were we going towards?
Yeah, that.
Which way?
You're
This way?
you're following the blood. Yeah. Also, there's no spider webs, so like, don't worry about the spider webs. I'll take the spider webs away. There we go.
We
It's
don't have this. Take that.
It's almost all okay. All right. So yeah, you guys arrange yourselves however you would. You can go even further back if you want. Doesn't really matter. Here's what I want somebody to do. Somebody roll me. Let's see. I said it was at least 3 to 4. So I guess somebody roll me a D4 plus 2. All right, you guys are very lucky. There are 3 of them. All right, so the one time you guys need to roll low. All right. So here, I'm just gonna grab these folks and put 3 of them on. Actually, let me fix their HP here. Blah 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 blah. Okay, that's low. All right, I'll take it.
They can all have that.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I should roll for each of them.
Oh, no, I shouldn't have said anything.
Why is the sheet not popping up for me now? There it is. Okay, 2, 3. 70 again.
Nice.
And is it gonna roll the last one? There it goes. 86. Okay. All right. There's the second one. Last one. All right. Wolf, you should have control of each of these, right? Wolf?
Not the tokens, but I do have the sheet.
Oh, let me give you control of the tokens. It's no big deal. Oh, I thought I did it, but I messed up. Save. And you can set these up on the opposite end, however you like, Wolf. This will be our little game to test out how it goes. Having Wolf control the.
It's just they're probably good right there.
All right. And you got the sheet and it's working okay and everything?
Yep.
All right.
Is the land flat, or is it actually tiered like the map we're using?
We'll say it's actually tiered, but it's like a 5-foot gap instead of a 10-foot like it was before.
Okay.
Let me just see if there's anything else that I need to take a look at for these, like if they would start with anything crazy. I need to make sure I put their AC on there. Okay. Okay. I see I might need to have some other stuff ready, which I think we do.
Those thingies.
Yeah.
Is it a roll or does it just happen? I don't remember it being a roll before, but
If
might
you're
be
talking
a good
about
idea.
if you're talking about that move at the bottom of actions,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess it's supposed to be a roll, yeah.
Huh.
I think they can also turn into them or something. Maybe it's another kind they can. There's somebody that can just turn into those things instead of summoning them.
I don't know what that one is. Yeah.
I think.
Wait, and they
I
were
could be mistaken.
obviously recently in combat because they're all bloody, so they're probably missing some
No,
stuff.
no, they're not. They're not missing stuff. They're not missing stuff. Sorry.
Like if they had any
That's
once
a-
per day spells,
that's a
they
nice-
might have used them already.
That's a nice try, but no.
Chanced upon him just feasting.
You guys will mop the floor of these things. There's only 3 of them. You'll be all right.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys lock eyes. As you're like, all right, let's sneak around them, and then Tulpa like goes to move and trips or something. And yeah, they turn and look at you all. Let's start combat, I reckon.
But how could you?
You are the chosen one.
Some prey have chanced upon us, sisters.
Yeah, all right. I guess we need to do initiative and all that shit, right? Let me make sure the initiative order is cleared out first before we do it this time. There we go. I'll turn the music down a bit. I guess I'll play Tulpa. I guess this will be cool to test out him actually in combat now.
This time it's player GM with the players and other players.
Yeah, this is
against
such a
us.
weird feeling.
This is kind of cool.
Yeah, that was very different. I'm not used to this at all. Okay, Tulpa's on there, and we just need a Sha'ah to roll initiative. And an Ankit, I guess. Although I don't think she's gonna be very useful. I always forget where I put her sheet. There it is. Okay. All right. Is that everybody? Shaw's on there. All right. So Lumaki, you're the first to react. What do you do?
Lumaki's gonna rage.
All right. That means
Uh,
grow. I gotta grab your token and do the thing. There we go.
So as part of that bonus action, I can move up to half my speed. So I have 60 feet of movement.
All right.
So Lumaki is going to go right over here.
Okay.
You have 120 feet base movement?
I have 40 feet of movement base. It's 60 feet from here. And I can do I can move up to half my speed. So 40 plus 20 is 60.
Oh, right, your movement after. Yeah.
Right on.
Damn.
And I'm going to attack this guy right in front of me. This one.
Go for it. That hits.
Without the +4 though, because we don't have the bond.
Right.
Yeah.
For 20 thunder damage.
And I'm going to hit again. 16.
That does not hit.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. I'll just let you do the thing, Wolf. Sorry. I'm not used to this.
Sorry.
I'll let you say whether it hits or not.
Okay, that ends my turn.
Right on. Let's see here. Wolf, your turn.
So Tulpa was the one that tripped and like made them notice the group.
Yeah.
Fair to say they would recognize him, maybe, or no?
Yeah, probably. At least heard of him. Up to you.
Okay.
Unless his disguise magic thing is different than the last time he showed up, right? Unless they could see through it.
I suppose it's a possibility. I'll let you roll something if you want.
Insight?
Sure. Yeah, you recognize him.
Prickling parasite is returned.
Okay. Well, then... You are right up in their faces, so... I think she's just gonna try and hit you. Oof.
Nope.
Second attack. Nope.
Nope.
Wow. Terrible. She's going to circle around. And then that's it for her.
All right. Next one's turn.
Oh, there's two in a row. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Sorry, let me check the range on this. Yeah. I think this one is going to turn and cast a spell at the party. The majority of the party.
All right. So everyone has to make
100 there, so 20-foot cube from there.
Oh, let me draw the cube. So 20 foot be
Pretty big area.
hang on. 20 like that. Is that it? Boom. Is that right? 20-foot diameter?
No,
or-
actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, I was thinking radius. Yeah, 20-foot cube.
Okay. So
I
everybody, and they all got to make what? Dex saves?
cube
Or do they just get difficult terrain?
on that point. So it should like the middle of it should be there. Probably.
Oh, okay.
I think it should still get everybody, but either way.
I don't think
Then yeah, it's
it doesn't get Onki.
well, if she's on Sha'ah, then it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Dex saves.
Because it would be up to here.
All right.
Well, deck save is at the start of our turn, so.
And she could shift around if she needs to make it just easier to hit them all before she casts it.
Oh, it needs to go right there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Centered
She'll
on the
move up to
point.
Make it easier.
Where was that?
There you go.
Where was that point?
There we go. That'll make it work. She'll just put it right where it's at, and she'll move before she does it. It's easier.
Oh, okay. So you move, so you can put it there.
She'll
Right.
move up. And she's probably the one that actually said the thing about the pestering, or the parasite.
It was there.
So she's focused on Sha'ah. I mean, Tulpa.
Tulpa. All right.
That's it.
Here. All right. Cool. Next up is Onkit. I guess she'll shoot at that one, the one that just... Can she even reach from here? Range 120 feet? Yeah, that's within range, right? Yeah, they're all within range. She'll take a shot at the one that just put the web over there. She doesn't have a plus. 21.
Ooh. Yeah, that'll hit.
2 damage.
2 damage.
It's a
Poor
D10.
Keith.
She doesn't have her empowered cantrips or whatever.
Fair enough.
Alright. Then Tulpa. Tulpa. He has to make a dex save, right? So did Onkit, if I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the start of their turns.
Onkit dex save is a 14. That makes it, right?
Make it break it, yep.
Tulpa dex is a 12 that fails.
Oh, Tulpa. He's trapped.
And he's just
So he's
restrained.
stuck.
Yeah, he's stuck, is all. He can still do stuff.
Alright. Let's see here. Okay. What's the range on this? 60 feet? I don't think he's within range to do that. He could get that one, but I don't think that's very helpful.
Oh, since Onkit hit like the one who cast web, she could probably fail her concentration.
Oh yeah, that's right. You would need a con save for the one that casts web.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like a DC 10 though, or something, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's DC 10 or half the damage, so DC 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, she maintains.
Alright. What's the range on this? 90 feet. I think we can get everybody with 90 feet, right? Yeah. Alright. Let me recast this. Show spell description. Black tentacles. 20-foot square on the ground that you can see within range. Let me draw this square. Draw shape. 20 feet. Boom. Sorry, Lumaki. You'll probably be alright. You can also fly, so. Okay, so squirming ebony tentacles fill a 20-foot square on the ground that you can see within range for the duration. These tentacles turn the ground into difficult terrain. When a creature enters the affected area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, the creature must make a dex save or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage and be restrained by the tentacles until the spell ends. Creature that starts its turn in the area and is already restrained by the tentacles takes 3d6 bludgeoning damage. The creature restrained by the tentacles can use its action to make a strength or dex check against the spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself. And if I recall, that spell save DC is incorrect. Tulpa's spell save DC is 18.
Okay.
So there is that. Doesn't do anything now. It doesn't do anything until you start your turn in there. But it also affects Lumaki, so. Alright, it's Tulpa's turn. Sha'ah. We basically just did the same thing to each other.
Yep.
Okay.
Makes
I think
sense.
I rolled for it already. Dexterity save, and then I'm gonna use my action to forge an emboldening bond. But it'll just be the four of us since Lumaki's far away.
Okay. Alright. Let me give green dot. Boom.
It's a save.
Closer and then do the bunch all of us.
Yeah, I think the DC was 14 on the web, so I think... Is that right, Wolf?
Yeah, it is 14.
Yeah, so you're good.
Keeps rolling. I
There's
kept
so many
poking.
rolls. Didn't you
You're
already
free,
roll
okay?
earlier?
I know, I kept... Oh, why? It's like... Alright.
His original roll was 28, by the way.
Alright.
It just keeps getting lower.
Anyway. And then for bonus action, I'm just gonna cast... Wait, how far does Sanctuary over? No. That's it. That's it for my turn.
Alright.
So you're not casting Sanctuary? Or you are?
No, I'm
Are you not moving?
Yeah,
Not
you should
moving?
move,
I'll
because if
stay
you start
there.
your turn there, you have to make the save again.
Oh, okay. I'll move.
You can move closer.
Over here is fine.
Okay.
Alright. Okie dokie. Wolf?
So dex save. We're great at those.
That's a fail. You take
That is
3d6 bludgeoning damage. Is that right?
Yep.
And your restraint. That is 5 bludgeoning damage. 2 ones.
Damage, okay. Alright. I think she snarls and she like throws a hand out sort of past Lumaki, and this cloud of buzzing insects begins to pour out from her hand and go to fill it. The same cube as same 20-foot space as this.
Okay.
Insect
Alright.
plague.
Alright. Link the spell. It obscures.
Should be coming eventually. There it goes. Oh. There we go.
20-foot radius, swarming biting insects.
20-foot radius, so it's actually bigger.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Here,
a little bit bigger.
I'll draw another one. So it'd be twice as big.
Right.
There's 5, 6, 7, 8. So it'd be like yay big. Where are we putting this thing?
We'll center it kind of off to the right, so it's like that. Perfect.
Let me lower it just a tad. It's kind of off kilter.
I think it's in like half of the squares. Yeah, there you go. Probably like that.
All right. And so area is lightly obscured. Sphere's area is difficult terrain. Each creature must make a con save.
Yep.
DC 14.
18 saves, so you take half.
Tulpa's con is not great.
He does have emboldening bond.
Alright, well, he succeeds.
Either way, yep,
And
that's good.
On Keat, also not great.
And he has to make a con save for his concentration.
Yeah. What's the damage?
It is 9, so it's just DC 10. Or,
Okay.
wait, what's half of 17? 8, I guess?
Yes, if we're rounding down, it would be 8.
Yeah, I think it'd be 8.
Okay, let me make sure I mark off his HP. Okay.
Thank goodness I had 8 temporary hit points.
And then Sha'ah and Ankeet both have to. Well, I guess Ankeet's is the second con save.
I haven't rolled on Keats. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Let
And
me-
then just Sha'ah and the concentration save.
He said he clicked, so we're just waiting for it to process.
Oh. I see. Okay, it's a save.
Nice.
So only 8.
All right. Yeah. Okay. When you enter the spell's area on a turn or end your turn there. Okay.
And it is slightly obscured and difficult terrain.
Yep.
Okay, so bunch of 8 damage to everybody. She move because she is restrained, so I think that's it for her.
All right. Fang.
It's my turn. Alright. Make my deck save. Good. Fang gonna move on out of that mess. And then from there move on this is magical difficult terrain, isn't it? So I can't go that far.
It's difficult.
Okay. I can go. I think I can only go 15, but I can bonus action dash. So 35. Well, it would just be 35. I'm still getting out of there. I'm bonus actioning dashing. And then I am going to shoot at the one that cast a spell at us.
Okay.
Did Tulpa ever roll a concentration save?
No. Sorry.
Sorry.
Con. It was 10.
DC 10, yeah. Yeah, I think he passed.
All right.
So first shot, 15.
That is a miss.
All right. Well, second shot, 20,
Yeah.
30. All right. That, and since I am not yet concentrating on anything, I am also going to apply. I should have done that before I clicked the damage, but whatever. I'm also going to apply my favored foe to it for an additional 1d6 damage.
All right. It was this one, right?
The one that casts the spell, yeah. So an additional
is
5 piercing.
14,
I think
19?
it was. Oh, I also have Dreadful Strike. Sorry, I am not thinking apparently.
You got your
New to
sneak-
the game.
Because Lumaki is also within 5 feet of them, I also get my sneak attack damage.
Yep.
So, between Dreadful Strikes and the sneak attack, it's another 2d6. On top of that, just a second, I'm just gonna roll it like this.
Another 9. Okay.
So 3 of that is psychic, and then the 6th is more piercing.
Okay.
All right.
And then con save. That's a fail.
Which
So
one?
I believe the
Yeah.
webbing goes away.
Okay.
Yeah, she's doing the webbing, the other one's doing the insect.
Oh, I should have shot at the insect one. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine.
And she is looking like that is just the first arrow. The one
That's just
blow
one
didn't
arrow,
seem to
yeah.
hurt her too much, but that arrow seemed to have wounded her.
Excellent. That's all because I used my bonus action to get out of the bugs. Thing is done.
Right on. Lumaki. Kyo?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can now.
Dex save.
I have advantage on it.
Alright, DC's 18. It's a fail. You take 3d6 bludgeoning damage and are restrained. Which is halved because you're raging, right? So
Best ally.
5. Yep. Tulpa. You heard Tulpa yell out, sorry.
So I guess I'll attack them, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is as a bonus action, take this person right next to me and chuck her in the air.
Alright. Yeah. Bonus action while raging, you can choose a medium or smaller creature, move it to an unoccupied space you can see within 30 feet of yourself. An unwilling creature
Chuck her up into the air onto this.
You're throwing her here?
But 30 feet in the air.
Oh, okay, right. So
she has to take fall damage.
she gets a strength save.
Strength save.
DC 18.
No.
No, okay, so she's here but 30 feet up in the air.
Well,
Yes.
then she drops.
Yeah, and then
So she takes 3d6.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll, or do you want to?
I'll roll it, sure, that's fine. I'll
Okay.
roll it. 8.
For 8. Okay.
And they're prone.
Yep.
Alright, yep, prone. Well, you already got it, alright. I'll just take...
Sorry.
And now that they're prone, I'm gonna attack them.
Alright.
Okay.
You have advantage.
It's not advantage because I'm restrained.
Restrained.
Oh, okay.
So it's normal, right?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
20.
20 does hit. Do you want
And
to kill her?
then- Oh, okay. I just I stab her in the back. She's on the ground. I just stab her, and then it electrocutes her at the same time.
Jeez.
Fried to a crisp.
Alright.
And then I'm going to attack the one in the back.
Okay.
With disadvantage, right?
Yep. Oh, wait,
16
no,
misses.
hold on.
What happened?
It'd be a straight roll because she's also restrained.
Oh, but it still doesn't hit, right?
Nice.
16 still doesn't hit, yeah.
Yeah.
Not nice.
And that ends my turn.
I would put some on her to see
Good
if she's
job.
restrained. They look pissed.
Oh yeah, I'm not concentrating anymore because my target's dead.
Alright. If that's the monkey's turn, you're up, Wolf. Wait.
Now correct me if I'm. What?
Okay, it's the other one. This one's turn gets deleted. There. Yeah.
I was gonna ask a question. I don't know how you do it in your game because I don't think they ever really do this. But if she were to cast a healing spell, would it bring her back up?
Oh. That is a good question. Normally with the creatures, they just die. Yeah, they don't get death saves.
Okay. I don't think she'll bother doing that then. She doesn't care. It's just another drow.
I mean, they do betray each other, right?
No, if he wants to try this or not.
Does she need to do
Suppose
the save or the deck save first?
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah. Deck save. 22. And she
yeah,
succeeds.
Yep.
Okay, so she's not restrained.
she
She's
can
going
move.
to. She head goes back, arms up. She begins to chant a prayer to the mother. Do I just roll D100? I guess.
Wait, what are you doing?
Is it the thing at the bottom of the actions?
Oh, okay.
Is it going to be 70 and up or 1 through 30?
I guess what do you want to do? 1 through 30 sounds fine to me.
Okay. Let's see if she gets lucky. Nope. 40 even. So she begins calling out a prayer, but that is all for her turn.
You take damage.
Does she move? not restrained.
She saved from the thingy. Does she still take half damage?
You read the rest of that action. If the attempt fails.
Oh yeah. Sorry. So, for 5. Yeah, she will try to move out of that for sure. She's gonna back up. I don't think she wants to step off the ledge though.
All right.
But yeah, I think that's it for her.
All right. On Keat, who is in the insects, right? So, what, more damage?
Yes.
It can move. No, only if it's.
Oh wait,
the
no,
end
no, it's
turn.
at the end of the turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's lightly obscured, so can't shoot through it. Is that right? Or is it
Yeah.
disadvantage?
You can. I don't think actually lightly obscured matters for advantage or disadvantage. Only heavily does. It's just perception.
Is it?
Yeah.
Lightly obscure creatures have disadvantage on perception checks that rely on sight. Yeah, it's just perception. Okay. All right then. We'll take a shot at. We'll take a shot at this one.
Yep.
If she has the range to attack this one, she should, because that's the one that has the insect
Oof.
plague.
It's a critical
Poor Sha'ah.
fail. So she goes to shoot. Sha'ah's moving around, and right when the spell goes off, Sha'ah's head weaves into the line of sight, and so shoots Sha'ah in the back of the head for one fire damage.
Smell of
Oh,
burnt
you're on
wool.
fire!
Alright, that's on Keith's turn. Tulpa, who's
So now she would make the save because she stays on top.
She's
of
not
Sha'ah,
gonna
stays
move.
inside.
Oh yeah. Alright.
Unless she's gonna get off Sha'ah and try and hide somewhere.
Nah, I don't think so.
She's so reliant.
Pop in the back of the head. I wonder who does that.
Yeah, you know what? She doesn't have a whole lot of health, so actually it might be a good idea for her to do that. We'll have her move 5, 10, 15.
Isn't that half her movement?
Yeah,
she
half of her
this
movement
one.
to get off Sha'ah, and then
Oh.
it's doubled movement to get out.
So she can
So
only go,
I think she can still get there though.
she can only go 1 square. So yeah, so she has 15.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, she has 30 movement.
Oh, no.
No, she's got 40 movement. Okay, so half her movement. So she got 20 left. Then it costs her 10, so she's got 10 movement left.
Yeah, she can get out.
5, 10. So she'll get behind this pillar and use it as cover to fire some more shots next turn. Then Tulpa, who's concentrating on black tentacles. Let's see, what else can you do, Tulpa?
Hopefully he can move.
He can move around now. Yeah, he's not restrained anymore.
Yeah. What's his movement speed? He could teleport out of this, I guess. Otherwise,
Yes,
he'd have to
use
walk.
those spell
It would be
slots.
10, 20, or it'd be 10, 20, 30. He doesn't have enough to get out that way. 10, 20, 30. think he's gonna have to teleport to get out. Unless he wants to just stand there and keep taking damage. I don't think he does. So, as an action with 120 feet of view, no, that wouldn't be a good time. It would actually backfire if he did it that way. Let's see. Dimension door. We could just do that.
If he's dimension dooring, can he move over to Sha'ah and get Sha'ah out of there too? What do you think of this? He's smart, right?
Sha'ah, what size creature are you?
He's medium.
Is he? Alright.
Yeah, if he was large, his token would be the size of
medium.
Lumaki right now.
Tulpa is also medium. Alright. He has another pretty cool teleporting ability, but it would hurt you guys. It wouldn't help you guys. All right, so we'll move 10 feet. Well, you'll see if he ever does it. 10 feet there, dimension door. Grab Sha'ah. Let me mark off the spell. And you can move to 200 feet. 200 feet away, anywhere within 200 feet. He probably would teleport you. Let's see.
Right here. Higher ground.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what he's gonna do. We'll put you guys right here.
Oh, not
Wait,
even
not
to the
up
higher
higher?
ground?
That's high. Oh, you want higher ground from them? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I see. That's fine. That's fine. We'll put you guys here. Okay. I mean, it opens himself up to more risk, but whatever.
Well, wouldn't being as close as he was gonna go to opening him up to risk
Yeah,
too?
I was thinking
'Cause
the
they-
same thing. And yeah, it's fine.
They could have
Go ahead.
gone like further this way. If
Yeah,
they wanted.
but
It's all good. Go ahead, Sha'ah.
Shaw's gonna move closer to this lady, and he's gonna attack her.
All right.
You have advantage because she's restrained.
Oh, she's restrained. Okay. I rolled twice.
Any minute now.
Come on.
Have you tried reloading your page?
I did.
get refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah, I did refresh. I don't know what's happening. Did it show up?
Not yet. No.
No. There it goes.
There it goes.
There we go. Yeah, definitely a hit. And another hit.
He's gonna attack. Like, he's gonna use flurry of blows.
Okay.
If it ever rolls.
I know.
Wait, shouldn't you roll your damage first before you use your flurry?
2 more hits.
Yeah, but I already clicked at it and it's not showing me anything.
It.
Okay.
Oh, I
Okay,
see. I
so
see.
9. 9.
Did it show up again?
It is starting to.
Oh
Two
my goodness.
9.
Now
oh,
we're getting
and now
more
more
attacks.
attacks.
Even though I don't think you have more attacks.
No, I don't.
So 1 for the first attack saves fails, so the spell ends. The insect plague. And then 13. Damn.
Nice.
Dang, dude.
Oh.
And
This is a deadly encounter, by the way. Just,
another.
even with
Not
only
for this
3.
group. You're underestimating him.
Alright.
Okay. So after your flurry of blows, she's looking pretty hurt, and pretty pissed.
She is restrained.
Yeah, I guess it's her turn now. If that's
Her turn?
your turn, Sha'ah.
So she snarls at Sha'ah. She gives a sort of superior look over at the other Drow priestesses with her, and then
She does a con save first.
Oh yeah. For damage.
She have to. She's also still in the tentacles, right?
Oh no, she doesn't have to
Yeah,
make the
that's
con
what-
save because she's already being hit. So it just
Oh,
happens
okay.
automatically. So 3d6 more damage.
Yeah.
She's also gonna try and beseech her
Well,
god.
If she takes 3d6 more damage, maybe she'll die before she's able to do her
She won't.
action.
Let me see if she does. Let me link this spell again.
Negative
so I can
9.
See it.
I believe the 4 works. Creature that starts its turn in the area and is already restrained by the tentacles takes
Yep.
3d6.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was a bad roll, though. So only 6
Well,
damage.
I mean, I rolled 9 the first time I rolled it.
Oh, that was the... Oh, I see. So,
Yeah.
a 9. Would she have died from 9 damage?
No.
Oh, darn it.
And she rolled a 4 on her D100, so I think the thing happens.
It does, yeah. Let me. Which one is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yaklal.
Yaklal. All right.
And she will, within 60 feet of its summoner, I think she'll put it right there next to the betrayer.
Tulpa.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. There it is. Let me give you control over it.
There.
Give me a second.
This isn't
here.
gonna matter.
Probably not.
No.
But you know. Okay. And let me roll its HP really quick. Okay, you rolled good on HP at least. Kind of. I mean, better than the average.
Don't have the token.
Oh, I'll
Cool.
give you the token control. Hang on.
Sorry. I was gonna roll initiative for it. I assume you just roll initiative for it at that point?
Yeah, ahead.
Yeah.
I've given you a sheet.
Okay. 13.
13. Alright, so you would go before Ankit. Alright. Is that your turn?
That's it for her. Yeah.
Alright.
She's stuck. She can't move.
Fang?
Okay. Fang is gonna shoot at her. I believe I have advantage because she's restrained, right?
Yes.
Yep. Would she have any cover from either this pillar or the big Lumaki?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give her a
No,
plus.
I can move until I can see her.
Alright. Well, feel free to move. I mean, if you can get... She has kind of cover from that whole side, so if you can move a lot, then,
I can move. I have a
Well,
climbing
I
speed,
don't
which
think-
means climbing up doesn't affect.
you're going through a wall with that straight line is the thing. I mean, you need to kind of more...
She
Yeah.
probably still has enough movement. Yeah.
If I'm climbing up, I have a climb speed, so I can still get here.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that would do it.
Yeah.
So I would still be good for that. I believe I can see her, or is Lumaki still in my way?
You went up here? I thought you were going over here.
No, I don't know what the other arrow was.
Oh, I thought that
Oh,
was
yeah, I
your-
thought that was
wasn't
yours.
me.
yeah, I thought that was yours too.
No.
You sure Lumaki'd be in the way there, wouldn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he's giant. He's giant.
Okay, wait, question. For the record, if this is giving them cover, does that mean that Lumaki can give cover to his allies in the future then?
That's fair.
Because we haven't been doing that.
That's
Good point.
That's a
Yeah.
fair point. Yeah, and Lumaki doesn't give cover. You're fine there, Fang.
Okay. So then Fang is going to, with advantage, because they're still restrained, attack the Drow that just summoned a demon.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah.
All right. The sneak attack and the dreadful strike.
You don't. Oh yeah, you get sneak attack because advantage. Yeah.
Yep. And they're also within 5 feet of an ally, so I would get
That's.
sneak attack.
Oh yeah,
like
Sha'ah. Yeah, I was looking at Lumaki.
Yep. Big damage.
Yeah, and they're still up?
Yep.
Okay. There's
With advantage, that
what is
hits.
20 something. All right.
21, I think.
For
How do you wanna
13
kill
more
him?
damage. I just keep shooting, and I mean, because I'm a little bit down lower, I mostly just aim for their head, and I pierce an arrow through one eye and then an arrow through the other.
Jeez.
All right.
Yeah, she screams out in pain at the first arrow, but the second arrow, she just goes very silent as she drops.
And I believe that means the demon goes away because it goes
Yep.
away when the summoner dies.
Yep.
Good thing Fang knew that.
Fang didn't. Fang just did not like that they're summoning things and doesn't want them to summon more.
Yeah, these guys are not ever going to be a challenge for you guys.
And then I think, let me see what my bonus action can give me real quick. I can't make use of that unless I am going to dash.
There could
do I
have been
wanna
6 of
dash?
them, Wolf, if they had rolled a 4 instead of.
I don't think 6 would have mattered. Like, yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe
I
with
could
enough
possibly
webs overlaid.
dash back down and then use one of these spikes as cover. Yeah. Okay, I can't hide with my bonus action because I'm dashing and I'm just going behind the spike for some cover. And I'm shorter than 5 feet, so I imagine it's a little hard to see me
Sure.
over that cliff.
You hanging from the spike for using it for cover?
No,
or
no,
you-
no, no. Fang like climbed back down.
Oh,
and then
okay,
went
okay.
over it. So the spike gives it a little bit extra height to
Sure.
their cover.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yes, that's everything.
Lumaki,
Roll a 3d6 for me.
3d6. Five.
So 2 damage.
I think Tulpa would stop concentrating on it because you're the only one in the area.
Oh, no. No, that's fine. Keep it.
Alright, fine. Take the damage.
Lumaki's gonna be like, excuse me, where are you going? And then he's going to throw this other girl.
You can reach.
And
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
got the reach.
Yep, I get 5 extra
15
feet when I'm raging.
Alright, so she gets a
you
strength
reach
save.
and move it.
Right?
He goes back in the
Yep.
They're
tentacle.
really strong. Nah.
Alright, where are you throwing this one?
30 foot up in the air right on the spot.
Alright. And then 3d6 damage. And prune.
And yeah, prone.
Alright. Rolled high on the damage there. Jeez.
Attack her.
Yep.
That'll hit.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, you crit.
Ooh, that'll hit too.
Okay. So that's a total of
13, 26, 40, plus 12 is 52. How would you like to kill her?
I do the exact same thing as the other guy. Other one.
Okay.
I stab her in the back and then electrocute her.
An
Just like-
awesome opportunity to throw her up and then put the glaive down and let her fall on it.
Yeah, I was like throw up and shish kebab her on the way down.
Gosh. Brutal.
We can do that too. That would be cool. And then I twirl her in the air.
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right.
And you guys are the good guys.
All right. Well, the scene comes to a gory end. What do you all do?
So let's keep going. Everyone good?
I have
I'm
to
good.
look at Anki. It seems like she took a beating.
Yeah, Fang will go check on Anki as well.
Does Tulpa finally drop the spell or does it just keep her?
Yeah.
Yeah, he drops the spell. He stops and stands over one of the bodies and looks at them for a moment. We see like blood splayed out on the stone floor, and there's like little worms writhing around in it. And then he pauses and just stares at it for a moment, and then he'll continue on.
Lumaki, check if they have anything on them.
Sure, yeah. Let me see here. Well, I can give you the obvious thing.
That armor.
Yeah, the armor. Why? Oh, because I'm looking in items. That's why. I need to be looking at the creature. Drow, Priestess of Lolth. They carry. These had +3 scale mail.
Ooh.
+3 scale mail?
Yeah.
I don't think any of us can wear that.
Yeah. I don't know if you can or not, but they all had +3 scale mail. I gave them just
Well,
to make them a little bit tougher, give them a little bit higher.
We gotta lose
AC.
that.
Yeah.
What else do they have? They don't have any melee weapons. But they might have some money. Let's see here.
No spellcasting focus.
Yeah, I guess they would have spellcasting focus. Let me see. Let me look at the sheet again. Spellcasting. Yeah, it's 10th level. Well, it's innate. Only certain things are innate. So yeah, they would have a spellcasting focus. Probably a I like the idea of it being a what's the term? For those things that bond to you, the weapon.
Attunement?
No, the like attached to your arm and like don't let go.
Parasite?
Oh, like a symbiote?
Symbiotic weapon, yeah, like a symbiotic piece of equipment. Yeah, so it'd be like a symbiotic like necklace or something. It's like embedded in the skin around the neck. Like at first it looks like a wound or something, but it's like a really swollen ring around the neck. But then you realize it comes loose. Because they're dead. Yeah, so it just kind of like sloughs off. But it does have a metal bit on the end that dangles. The metal bit is probably a dark platinum or like a cobalt silver. And it's got an engraving of a spider on it. Like the silhouette of a spider. Kind of like the Spider-Man logo. You know, like just like a black arachnid.
I think he'll just take the armor and give it to the party. He was looking for He was looking for a spellcasting focus because, I mean, they've had allies before who was looking for it. So, but since they don't really have one,
Yeah, they do. I mean, you could.
it's not clean and gross.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just It wouldn't be pleasant to wear it, but it would work.
Right. Well, I don't think Lumaki even knows what those things are because he is not a spellcaster either.
Fair.
Scale mail is medium armor, so
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking it was heavy. I could wear it, but
it's +3.
it
so
makes your
Advantage,
stealth
stealth.
at disadvantage, and we plan on being stealthy soon, so Fang is not gonna wear it.
Well, you can hold on to it for now.
It's they're 45 pounds each. Just by the way.
Yeah. We could possibly fit it in the bag of holding, but
I could hold on to it, maybe.
Anki can wear one of them. I'll let her wear it. Her AC solo.
can she wear medium armor?
On Keat?
I don't think there's a.
She's pretty wounded. She doesn't have much health. She wears leather armor right now. I don't think it really matters.
That's a light.
Like she's
Yeah.
not like a specific class or anything. She just has a couple abilities. She's actually like a satyr creature with.
And I think
Right.
even if she's not, she's gonna have like disadvantage on her attack rolls.
No,
What is it?
because there's
What's
no strength requirement, so it doesn't really change anything.
It gives you. Just,
you have to
gives
you have to be
just-
proficient.
Oh.
Oh yeah. She doesn't have any
Yeah.
proficiencies.
Which would mean
Yeah,
disadvantage on
scour.
all attacks, ability checks, and saving throws.
Oh okay.
True.
Yeah, Fang has proficiency with medium armor, but Fang also highly values stealth, and if scale mail impedes stealthing, Fang says no.
Yeah.
But
We'll just keep it to sell.
so you
Yeah,
guys
'cause
putting them
plus
in the bag
3
of
is
holding.
good. Yeah.
Right.
I can carry one, but not.
Wolf, I'm just gonna point. We're 3.5 hours into session. Wolf, do you remember what I talked to you about? What I had planned for session today?
Oh, I'm sure I'll make it.
now you can kind of understand how things work on this show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of it, it is almost time. Should we just end here? Do we have a little bit more?
I have
few more
time.
minutes of something we have to do.
Yeah, I have time. I can keep playing. It's up to you guys. I'm down to keep playing a few more minutes at least, like another half.
Yeah,
hour.
we can roll for the next hour, I guess, or whatever account if we get encounters.
We can do
Sure.
half an hour more.
I don't think I'm gonna give you guys more encounters on the way. I think one encounter was enough. I really didn't even want to give you one. I thought you guys would just stealth around it and we'd move on.
We tried, but someone is heavily relying on the rest of the party, even though he thinks he's strong.
Yeah.
Well, they rolled a 24 on their perception. I think they would have caught a few of you.
That's true. That's true. I think just two
Rolled
of us
really
got
high.
25 or higher. So
Yep.
Yeah, Tulpa.
All right. I mean, he could have just
Well-
like teleported away and left you guys to deal with it. Like it wouldn't be a problem.
yeah, that's true. But at the same time, I feel like if he's gonna keep attacking his allies, I don't know who all has played Divinity Original Sin, but if you accidentally attack your allies enough, they do leave party, and I feel like we're not as attached to Tulpa. We could just leave him if he keeps attacking us.
I don't think Tulpa. I think Tulpa did play a Divinity Original Sin too, but I don't think he was.
Tulpa did?
Yeah, I don't think he was a fan though.
Wait, you said that if you keep attacking, they leave your party.
Yeah, if
They
you
get mad.
so we didn't even know this, but until it happened. But we kept doing AOE effects that would accidentally injure one of our allies, even though we didn't mean to. and one of our allies is like, "You keep attacking me. I'm leaving." And then he refused to rejoin our party ever again after that, and we had to reload from a save file because we were heavily relying on him.
One thing we're not playing by Divinity rules, because Orilyn would have been by herself the entire.
I know, right?
What you do is you take one of your characters and you sneak in. You have them get stuck in dialogue with the boss because the boss always like talks to you before they attack.
And then you just mark them in a round.
And then, and then while they're stuck in the dialogue with one of your characters, you get to line up all your other characters in strategic spots and drop explosive barrels right next to the boss and do all that stuff.
Yeah, and then you
the
cast
trick.
like a rain spell, and then like create water, and then you cast a spell that does lightning damage and just like electrocute the entire puddle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the combos.
Man, can you imagine if D&D played like that? That would be so hectic.
All right. All right. So you guys want to just travel onto the city? Are you guys gonna be stealthing the rest of the way?
Well, this was 3 hours in, right?
Yeah.
So we still have 2 more hours of normal travel, and then we'll start using the pass without trace.
Okay.
Yep.
And how many uses of it are you gonna use? 3?
So I have available to me until I take a long rest 5 uses of it. So if we're sneaking up until we have 3 hours to get to the city, it would be 3 hours of that, and then 1 hour in the city with 1 to spare just in case.
Okay. All right. Here's what we'll do. Let me drop this. Drop this. I'll leave that. Okay. I'll just bring y'all over here. Again. Alright, so you use 3 to get to the city. You guys get to where you can see the city. You can use your spot to start getting in if you like. When you guys approach the city, this is what you see. You get to like the top of a ridge looking down at the city from like a huge underground cavern in the Underdark. A cave bigger than you could imagine. Inside the city, you see many dark, tall towers, smoke and sort of smog fills the cavern. You see a few flickering lights in the distance, giving the place a sort of eerie glow. And then high above the city, and in some cases in between the tops of the towers, you can see large, dark shapes moving ominously. As far as sound goes, you might hear the faint rumblings of some of these large creatures. I would imagine they would rumble like thunder, or perhaps deep whale-like sounds. You might also hear the sound of some like humming machinery. The bits that are lit up by some of the faintly flickering, glowing lights are covered with flesh that you can see in portions. There might be certain areas where you can see metal exposed underneath, or even stone in some cases. These buildings probably look very strange to you. Even though you're mostly just looking at silhouettes, they would look nothing like, trees, if you're from the Feywild. If I guess none of you have really gotten a glimpse at the world, have you? So you probably wouldn't really see many buildings at all. But to us, they would probably look, kind of normal, a little bit ramshackle. A lot of them have antennas at the top, and that kind of thing. There might even be a few places where lightning jumps from one antenna to another. Yeah. So, you guys gonna make your way through the streets to the hideout?
Isn't the shower? Or sorry, sewer?
Yeah, the entrance to the sewer is right by Tulpa's hideout.
Okay, then yeah, we will make it to the streets.
What's the roll, Fang?
Fang would have spent an action at some point to reapply their temp HP from Tireless.
Okay.
I forgot to roll for it.
All right. Can you guys make stealth checks? You want
I'm
to
gonna use my inspiration.
know something funny? Tulpa actually has a really good stealth.
Same. I'm gonna use my inspiration for this one.
He just really goofed on that roll, I think. Let me check. Oh,
I'm also gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, there wouldn't be a +4 to that though, because that already.
Yeah, he has a
It'll be
plus.
gone.
Tulpa has a plus 10 to stealth already. So he rolled a natural 3 when he got a 13. Alright. Here. Tulpa. He did it again!
Good advantage, right?
Why would he have
Oh,
advantage?
Oh no,
Yes, an
it's just a plus 10.
advantage. But-
You just get the plus 10.
Yeah, he does have
yeah,
+10
Yeah.
from the Pass Without Trace, which we would cast as soon as the last Pass Without Trace ended.
Sha'ah, what did you roll?
It will show up in the next minute.
Oh, okay. I'll roll for,
There you go.
Alright. Let me roll for Ankit. Let's see here. I got rid of their sheets for some reason, so I just gotta pull Ankit's back up. I don't know why I did that. Alright. Okay. 21.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. And
Doesn't she get like a +5 for stealth?
why?
That's what like satyrs are.
I don't think so.
They don't have a skill check.
Let me see. She is just a
He has
satyr.
a +3 in that roll.
Yeah, it does say +5. Let me check her sheet. Oh, it does say +5. Yeah. But I could click
So it'd
Dex.
be.
So it should have been a +5. You're right. I just didn't see the skill on her sheet. So what did it give her? A +3 because I just rolled with Dex.
Yeah, so it would have
so
been 23 with
23.
the.
Same as Tulpa.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. So here's what I want you to do, Wolf. I want you to take those two that are patrolling the streets. I think you know which two I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to roll perception with either one with advantage.
Let's just look and see which one's better.
You get advantage because the other one is helping them.
Huh?
Yeah,
We'll not the one that I thought would be better. But is it gonna link the thing's name when I roll it?
It shouldn't. I think it's on hide. Let me make sure it's on hide.
I can always do it to GM if you want.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Alright. So with advantage, I don't have an advantage toggle, so I'll click it twice. Oh, it's already rolling advantage. Okay.
Okay, so we'll just take the first one.
Yeah,
Alright.
the first one.
Alright, so what was everybody's rolls, with their bonuses?
Our average is 30.2.
Okay. You guys are fine. There's a moment where you see a couple more, drow. maybe marching around a corner, clearing a building, organizing a scrap pile. These look cleaner, a little more well-dressed. They're not covered in blood. Yeah. And yeah, they're just looking around. One of them is a man with short white hair, very well kept. He's probably wearing a bit of makeup. His fingernails are dyed black. His shirt is probably some kind of black leather, but it's almost like a mesh. So there's like a netting kind of. And he's probably just wearing some like black leather trousers with some embroidery on them. And the symbol of like a spider on his lapel or collar. Bare arms. The shirt doesn't have sleeves. And the other one. I got a picture. Yeah, the other one's a woman with a stern look on her face. Her hair is like tied back behind her head, and she's wearing a breastplate, like armor. Looking at the armor, it's clearly like salvaged. There's it's like a bluish metal. And there's some kind of embroidery of some kind of insect on the front, but it's definitely not a spider. It's something else, something with fewer legs. And I think the armor probably gives off a little bit of light, like this bluish light that sort of shrouds her face in kind of an off-putting way. Yeah. But yeah, you guys managed to not be noticed by them. As you crouch down behind some debris and like crawl across an alleyway or a street, wherever they were keeping watch. Tulpa pulls back some debris that's laid up against the side of a house or like one of these large buildings, and he directs you in. The debris like looks a lot heavier than it would be. It's probably some like metal scaffolding or like a part of a roof that had collapsed, and it's just like leaned up against the side of this building. And he wedges it back, and behind it you see like a locked door. Tulpa walks up behind you, kind of like as the debris sort of resettles with you guys underneath it. And he gives like a knock at the door, like at a pattern, like a. And then you hear a latch turn. And on the other side is a creature that looks similar to Tulpa's true form that he had showed you, but slightly different. Let me see here. I thought I had it. It's not letting. It's doing the thing where it doesn't let me pull the thing to the thing. Here we go. This one's slightly a different color. Creature looks like this. That opens the door. As it does, it just kind of stands there staring at you for a moment. And then Tulpa says, "Right. We need to come in. Seems things are moving forward." And the creature kind of undulates backwards slightly out of the way, making room for you to walk in. Inside, you would see lots of like piles of different gadgets, different pieces of like reclaimed, salvaged tech that was probably found around the city. Very little, like there's really nothing that looks like food or like water or supplies in plain view. The first room is a sort of old repurposed shop. So it looks like this place sold like electronics, maybe. If you had to guess, there's so many of them in here.
What's that?
The floor is
VHS
like
tapes in the back.
yeah. Do what?
VHS tapes in the back.
yeah. There's some VHS tapes. No, it's probably like technology that we wouldn't even recognize. So it would just be like strange looking electronics, like little contraptions. And the floor is probably like a slate, checkered, sort of like tile. There probably were shelves in like the middle of the floor at some point, but they've been shoved to the wall, and a lot of them are kind of like damaged, or like just broken. In one side of the room, there is a like a metal, like think of like a jail cage, but more crudely fashioned, like a stereotypical like metal bars jail cage, with like a window on it. And on the other side of the window is just a robot standing there. Behind them looks like a bunch of like square contraptions on the wall. To us, in real life, they'd look like mailboxes at a post office, kind of. But just like metal drawers that just line the wall from floor to ceiling behind it. Yeah, it's just this metal humanoid looking robot just standing there behind this like cage with like a little window on it. Everything's really dusty and dirty. And it looks like somebody's been like living in here in like an apocalypse blown out city. Basically, they've just been like surviving in this little store. There's also an opening at the back of the room that leads to like a back room. You can probably see like the shadows of some stairs that go up. And like there might even be some strange windows in some parts of the room that have been like boarded up or covered with like bits of like probably metal or stone or even fabrics, although I feel like fabrics are probably pretty rare. In the room, there is you don't see like flesh growing anywhere like you did outside, a lot of the places outside.
Good.
But I think like even going through the streets, you might even seen like remnants of what probably were vehicles. I don't know that you'd be able to tell what they were. But yeah, weird
Metal boxes.
Yeah, these weird metal boxes that look like they might open. They're like big enough for people to get in. They might look like places to sleep or something, or like an old ruined house or something. Some of them with like glass panes on them and stuff that you can see in. But everything's like ruined and rusted and corroded and all that kind of stuff.
The whole time they were going through the city, Fang was doing their best not to get distracted by all the new curious things. So as soon as they are allowed, as soon as he steps aside after opening the door and lets us in, Fang is inside, bouncing like from thing to thing, just like looking like, what's this? Oh, what's that? Wow!
Yeah, like you grab this one thing and there's a switch on it you inadvertently hit, and like a green light turns on, it makes this beeping noise. And the creature that let you all in, it's got the voice of like a woman probably. And it says, it's just like, oh, don't touch that, please. We're trying to take care of these things. Tulpa, who are your friends? And Tulpa's kind of says, sorry, they're they're here to help. We think we've made some headway. He sort of like steps past, takes a look at the guy behind the cage, and then looks around the room for a moment, and he says, "Uko, these are some people that I think are going to be able to help us." And Uko says, "Oh, well, right. Just try not to break anything, please. We're running low on these machines lately, so if you could just be very careful with that. It's quite rare and valuable."
Fang carefully sets down something that they picked up. And then gives a salute.
Yeah, and Uko is like, "Oh, the ears are interesting. Is that something unique? You all seem to look so different. Not quite what I expected."
You look different. Well, I mean, you look like him, but you look different than people I know.
And Uko is like, "Very well. Well, do you all need a place for rest? We have some space upstairs, I think. Is there anything we can get for you all? What seems to be the plan? Tulpa, you look different. What's wrong?" And Tulpa just stares blankly at them and shakes his head side to side. And he says, "We'll talk about it later."
Do you have clean water?
Clean water, you say? I might be able to find something. Well, if you want to check with Gestalt here, Gestalt may be able to have something in stock. It'll cost you something though.
Hey, Fang will go over to the Gestalt.
Okay. What do you say?
What do you got? I heard you had things. And you
yeah.
sell things.
I have things, yes. What would you like to purchase?
What do you have?
I have many goods. Water, food, supplies. These new things called arrows and swords and a temporary selection of armors.
Fang looks at the others. Did he say he has heroes?
Arrows. That was arrow.
Get anything that he said. I'm sorry, I can't understand your accent.
Yeah, Tulpa's like, "I think he said arrows. Sorry, his voice modulator is broken. I haven't been able to replace it."
Can you translate the rest of what he said?
Basically, he said he had some food and water, swords, arrows, and a temporary selection of armors, I think is what he said. Is that right, Gestalt?
Yes, Tulpa, that is correct.
You got magic-y things?
There's just like a silence, and Tulpa goes, "What kind of special weapons do you have? Anything with tech?"
I do have a rare selection of some see artifacts we've located in the ruins of this city.
Tulpa goes, "Did you get that?"
Think so?
Does he have any pole arms?
Any what?
Pole arms.
I didn't understand you.
I think
Pole
it's like
arms.
pole arm. Yeah.
Pole arms. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you probably would be able to find a pole arm here. Pretty much any kind of general weapon that you're looking for, I think you'd be able to locate here. Some of them might be just for flavor, made out of like scrap metal or that kind of thing. Fashioned from an old, like a tower shield might be like fashioned from an old metal door or something like that. You know what I mean?
So they're just regular weapons.
Any special pole arms?
There are going to be some enchanted weapons and what you could consider magical weapons. They're just flavored a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at some things here.
We want to see your special weapons and armors, and probably some water too. Clean water. You have clean water?
Clean water will cost extra.
And it's gotta be clean if we want to drink it. How much extra? Wait, how much is it normally?
Okay, hang on.
20 units of water are normally provided for 5 dark credits. Clean water is twice the price.
Fang's looking at Tulpa like,
Yeah.
what's
Tul-
that mean? What
look.
does all this mean?
Okay, 20 units is about enough to fill like a water skin. He said normally it's 5 credits. Do you guys happen to have any credits on you?
Do you buy things? Can we trade for maybe some of these armors that we found?
You're asking of the robot if it'll exchange.
Yeah.
The exchanging of goods is also prohibited. They allowed.
Prohibited is like you're not allowed to do it. What he meant to say is allowed, right?
And if you can't do it, how do you get more goods?
No, he's
No,
saying
I think he's saying
you
it
can,
is allowed. And
yeah,
he's
you can
chose the wrong word.
You can trade things.
Oh,
too.
okay. I see. So how many things are those worth? And Fang is indicating the armors that Lumaki. I guess Lumaki was holding one armor, right? So there's 2 more in the bag, or
Yeah.
how are we storing them? Fang will let Lumaki pull them out because Fang is afraid to stick their hand in their bag again.
+3 scale mail, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we should probably save our shopping for next time.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting close to the 4-hour mark. You can if you want. It's up to you guys. You can just knock it out of the way now. It doesn't matter to me.
Rather just end soon.
Do what?
End soon.
Okay.
Getting late.
Yeah. All right. So here's what I'll say. We can do the shop. It's fine. We can do the shopping next time. Pretty much any item in the book will be here, including like magical items. Now you're gonna have to pay for them. The black credits you have found, the dark credits or whatever, you have found some of those on, at least on the giant drow that you fought.
I don't know who was keeping those,
Yeah,
but Fang does not have them.
You might be able to talk them into accepting gold or platinum, but it's probably not going to be worth as much here as it would normally. There is that.
Yeah.
It's a robot that's programmed to do certain things. It's not like you can talk them into giving you a discount or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's like a vending machine, basically.
Yeah. We can find all that out next time.
All right. Well, thanks for playing, guys. I hope you had fun today. It's definitely a different session. We definitely got into some weird stuff. I like the dynamic of having Wolf play the bad guys. That's pretty fun. Maybe next time you guys won't stomp the yard with them. I kind of think I mean it might have been a little bit more interesting if there were 6 of them, but you know, whatever. All right. Well, you guys got anything you want to say before we start doing announcements? I guess XP, right?
I did XP. Yeah.
You guys get 3 XP for the fight. Give Wolf 3 XP too. And yeah, you guys can all get 3 XP for RP today. You guys all did a really good job RPing. And I'm gonna give Kyo an extra 2 XP for killing the flavor we're killing the drow. I'll give Wolf an extra 2 XP for not holding back on the drow fight and really trying to throw it at you guys. And not being afraid to go for the NPCs either. Like you were going straight for Tulpa, kind of, it seems like, which like makes sense. First of all, but if you had killed Tulpa, it would probably mess up the whole campaign, right?
I didn't think it could.
But I'm giving you points because that was like a good RP thing to do.
How much experience was that too?
Yeah, 2 for each. And I'll give Fang an extra 2 XP just for being extra Fang today. You've been you grabbing the expensive equipment as soon as you walk in. All the things. You've been being very Fang while playing Fang today, so you get Fang points. Does anybody else want to nominate anybody for extra piece? Sha'ah? Somebody want to nominate Sha'ah for like landing 5 melee hits in 1 turn on the bad guy? Something like that. Didn't you do flurry of blows and a hit with like every single one of them?
Yeah.
And then
I mean,
on a creature,
it was with advantage, though.
Yeah, creature had an AC of 19 though. So not the easiest thing to do.
And Sha'ah's also protecting on Keith the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, and for protecting on Keith. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Ella?
Oh, I was gonna say, also Lumaki did a lot of getting information out of Tulpa that
Oh yeah, we
I
did
don't
get a
think we would
lore
have
drop.
gotten otherwise.
Yeah.
Like learning about Tulpa's friend.
Yeah. Take 2 XP for that, Lumaki. There's more there. I told Wolf what was going on with Tulpa before game. I thought we'd get to the city like immediately, and we'd just be able to start doing other stuff because there's other stuff that can happen here. So it's a little off track with the session, just like it always is. That's what happens when you improv games.
How much were you giving to Sha'ah for his thing? Or
Same as I gave everybody else.
Plus
2, yeah.
Okay.
And then Lumaki got a 2 for talking to Tulpa and all that stuff, drawing out the lore. So now you guys find yourselves in a weird futuristic underground city that has experienced some kind of apocalypse, and good luck with that. Good luck with that weirdness. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, this is usually the part of the video where we do shoutouts for all the things. So, here come your shoutouts. Starting with Ella here, who played Fang for you today. Ella has done some voice acting for the prequel episodes of Benders Brews Podcast. You can check that out here. Go check it out. And also, of course, made the Fang Vroid that you're seeing above my cam up here. And if you like that, you want to use one for yourself, you can go to Vroid's website here, and check it out. And you can make your own Vroids and use them on Roll20 games and stuff. It's pretty cool. Ella's other character, Orilyn, has some portrait art done by artist Sariko. You can check out the DeviantArt page for the artist here at deviantart.com/Sariko. Let's see here. Wolf, who played our monsters today, plays Vash as sort of the mainstay character, I reckon. There's been so many characters, it's hard to say who's mainstay. The artist who did the portrait artwork for Vash also has a DeviantArt page, deviantart.com/Jessica Peguerero. Go check it out here. And if you want to jump in on the chaos, the weirdness, the memes that get posted when we're playing games, and all the funniness in the Discord, our Discord is public now. You can jump in and cause chaos and check it out at the link here. And if you're watching on YouTube, all these links are in the description down below. Go check them out. Jump in our Discord. Come say hi. All the things. We'd be happy to see you folks. I think as far as like what's up on the schedule this week, tomorrow we're probably playing Masks, and I'm gonna stream it. I hope, maybe we're gonna try to do a co-stream thing with Masks. I haven't gotten an overlay set up yet, but I might be able to do it before tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna try. And we're probably gonna be streaming that tomorrow night at around 6 o'clock Eastern time. Wait, that's wrong. 8 o'clock Eastern time. 8 p.m. Eastern. It would be 5 p.m. Pacific. And so that'd be tomorrow. Masks is like a superhero tabletop powered by the Apocalypse system. And we've done one session of that so far, and it's really fun. And I'm playing a character that is a streamer that makes like provocative incendiary content and tries to start trouble, and is like a firebrand kind of guy, and it's gonna be a good time. And then Wednesday, we might be playing some more Urban Shadows. Zach's out this week, so we can't do Broken without Zach there. So we're either gonna be playing some games with the crew, or maybe playing Urban Shadows. Stay posted. There will be something up Wednesday. And then, of course, Unknown Armies or Unknown New Orleans is off this week, so that'll be returning next Friday. I think it's all the things. Anything else you guys want to say before we jump out? I guess not. All right.
Watching.
Do I?
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And of course, thanks for playing. Always great playing with you guys. Everybody have a good night and a fantastic week. And we'll see what these guys buy from the robot shopkeep vending machine next week. Take care, everybody. Bye, guys.
Good night.
Peace.
Night.
Bye.